All right, y'all. Welcome back to Man Down Sports, man. If you can see from the thumbnail, John Salley and Shaquille O'Neal had a lot of interesting things to say about this current era of basketball. Shoot, I mean, it ain't nothing I ain't heard before, but when one of the legends say it, when two of the legends say it in the same week, that's a big deal to me, man. So
absolutely,
we go play that, man. We go talk about it. I mean, I don't know if it's legit. Have y'all heard it yet? Y'all heard it?
I've heard some. I
haven't heard any of it. It's
Me
new
heard
to me.
All right, well, yeah, you in for a treat then.
This is gonna be interesting. From what I heard, I was like, once I saw it, I googled it, and then I read some of the first lines, and I said, "Nah, I'm gonna say this for the show."
Mm-hmm.
It
was interesting. I mean, that didn't torture him.
No, they didn't. But it was interesting here.
And torture him. So, it definitely was. It definitely. What's up, World Breaker? Hey, y'all moderators, man, y'all let us know as soon as y'all get in here so I can see who we got in here. Armand Smith, what's up, big dog?
I feel like I ain't seen
hit him. What's going on? Yeah, World Breaker had to take a break from he had to take a break from YouTube because it was so much LeBron content that he had to, he had to chill. Isaiah Rashawn,
Bruce from the
format podcast was popping. Bruce, what up? Zerai Lion was popping. Michael Knight. Got people in the house, man. Hit the share button, hit the like button as soon as you come in here. If you're generous enough, man, hit that cash app too, man. Man Down Sports.
Apex was good.
New Geeks.
Yeah, the New Geeks. Yeah. King Speech. Is that a Detroit logo? Detroit Lions?
Is it? I can't see. Hold on. I will have to look on the other.
No, it's not Detroit. Is that Detroit?
I thought it was the old Pistons logo when I first looked at it.
Yeah,
New York. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Shout out to New York. Shout out to New York.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Because we got to be quick. This is gonna be a quick show, man. It's gonna be a good show, though. We'll open the phone lines up for probably the first topic only, and then we'll get through the rest, man. Because I'm interested to talk about this NBA playoffs a little bit too, and I'm real interested to talk about Shador and Travis. Now that I got Corey on here, because I know he been 10 toes down on that.
15.
So we 15 toes.
15 toes. 15 toes. But you need to go ahead and see somebody about that.
Bro got a hand down too.
Chris.
How much they charge you? How much they charge you at the nail salon though? 15 Jones.
I can't go.
15 Jones.
You got to be banned from there.
I know they be talking all types of trash, but you better learn that language real quick.
Days be going off.
No, they going off.
All right. Since we're on time restraints, man, I probably we won't shout out the members today, man, but we definitely appreciate all of y'all, man. We just want to go ahead and get into it really quick. So without further ado, let's hear what John Salley said. As a matter of fact, you go hear on the same clip, you go hear John Salley, and then you go hear Shaquille O'Neal right after him talk about what they think about what they see in this new era that's different from when they played. And this gonna be interesting.
Subject, is that cool?
Of course.
All right. So going through it now, you play with the Rodmans, Isaiah Thomas, Pip, MJ, Kobe.
Let's say Joe Dumars too.
Joe Dumars.
He don't get his flowers.
But even if we're gonna put them on levels, right? So you got, in my opinion, what I want to hear about is like the different Isaiah, Jordan, Kobe, like what difference in mentalities? Because years go by, right? Like those guys are obviously right there at the top. What was the difference in those guys?
Mentalities change with the eras.
Mm-hmm.
You think? I'm asking you. Do you think the mentalities change with the eras?
No. Isaiah wanted you dead. Michael wanted you dead. Kobe wanted you dead.
Period.
And then want to resurrect you and kill you again. So that's
what they had in common.
That was it. Like, you're not taking me. It was funny because when Phil would take MJ out of the game, I would watch, and MJ would sit. Okay, he would sit there, and I was like, "What? It just happened." Like he has 46. Pull him out the game. The real difference, guys take days off now. I remember Michael was talking smack about Horace, and he was like, "Man, he only plays 65 games a year. Of course he's gonna be fresh." He was always on him that way. But there's no way you were going to get Kobe not to play a game, Michael not to play a game, or Isaiah. They're not giving up these minutes. So when I see guys talk about load, I don't understand. Because when I first got in the game, in the lead, we flew commercial. Oof. Can you imagine?
That's nasty work.
Flying commercial and having to play and a back-to-back where you got to get up at 5, the flight's at 7. They loved the game so much that they were not going to take a night off. Isaiah took a night off because he literally, Karl Malone, cut his eye. MJ, I have never, and you can check, MJ didn't have any, I don't remember him ever having days off where he was there. He was the show. Kobe either. When Kobe had to tear something for him not to play in a game. So when I see
still wouldn't shot the free throw on no Achilles.
Man,
yeah,
tough.
You had to tear it. Being hurt is a difference.
So
you can't play injured.
Hebe Bryant says the same all the time. Yeah. Hurt and injured is a big difference, brother.
Yeah. You can play hurt. Yep. You can't play injured.
Can't play injured. He always say, "Listen, I'm never going to judge you, either hurt or injured, but don't come crying to me."
Yeah.
And then
I love the game, but I don't think the current players love the game. I think they love what they get out of the game. See, I didn't play for money. I played to have my name in with the gods. Like if you would have gave me $40,000 for 10 years, I still would have played. So a lot of these guys want to make 200, 300 million, but they don't give the fans what they deserve. You shoot 100 threes rather than going to the hole and tearing the rim down. So I don't think they love the game. They love what they can get out of the game.
So John Salley said Kobe, Isaiah, Mike, you couldn't keep them from playing, number one. Number two, they wanted to kill you, right? Resurrect you and then kill you again. That was their attitude. And Shaq is saying these dudes don't want to play. They just want the money. They don't love the game. They shooting threes. They won't get in there and tear the rim down and fuck shit up. You know what I mean? That mentality is gone, right? And I think that's what we miss so much, because when they was playing out there, you know, kind of like gladiators, you could feel and see the competition. And competition is really what drew us to the game. The competition, when you see two people that really want to beat each other and they willing to risk it all on the court for that win, versus what we're seeing now is just an exhibition of skills that you can accumulate. It's not really competition, it's an exhibition. Right. So it's the difference between watching street ball 1-on-1, we playing for money, versus the Globetrotters putting on a show. You know what I mean? But I think that's the message they're trying to relay out there. And a lot of people they're not making that connection. Like, dude, that the competition is what we really liked. I don't even know if Adam Silver realized that. Right. So what's y'all thoughts on what they said, and if you know if it's true to y'all, or y'all see it different?
Nah, I mean, they don't. What Shaq said was absolutely true. They don't. The game has changed, and a lot of people will like Young in the comments saying that they're smarter now, and it's all about the playoffs. The playoffs is a 16-win season. The regular season is an 82-game season. So what are you doing in 82 games? Like, you just saying, all right, we're going to mail it in for 82 games? You just willing to do that? Yes, I understand it's about winning, but how you win matters as well. That matters as well. That's what made me love the game. Just like Mel said, the competitive fire and people who want to beat these people so bad that they willing to do anything on the court in order to win. That's what sports are about. Not just basketball, not just football. All sports are about that, and it's leaving it on the table. And this dude's just not doing that no more. But Salley ain't had to tell me that Mike, Kobe, and Isaiah was killers. We seen it.
Yeah, we seen that for sure.
We seen it.
That's obvious.
I'm gonna have to go the same route with World Breaker. I'm gonna have to disagree with Shaq just a little bit, right?
Okay.
I don't think it's a lack of the love of the game. I think a lot of these, these younger guys and the newer generation coming up and they're playing in the NBA absolutely do love the game of basketball. They're like, you look at KD's passion for the game. That man just wakes up and wants to hoop. You put a ball in his hand, hoop. I think that's what the newer generation likes. I think the problem is there's a lack of aggression. And because in the last 10 years or so, aggression has been penalized. So that's the generation of basketball that these guys coming up in the league now grew up watching. Is the phase out of aggression? You take out the aggression, it's like, I'm not seeing this, what Shaq was talking about, going down. I want to put somebody in the rim, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, because you can get penalized. You get penalized for that. There's fines and there's suspensions and texts and this, that, and the third. You see, of course, you see like your Draymonds or, your Dylan Brooks or, stuff like that, your instigators, but it's only a few of those. And just recently, shout out to some of the guys that are bringing some of that back, like the Isaiah Stewart from the Pistons. He's toe to toe with anybody. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to be buddy
hold
buddies.
on, but that's different. All right. So you agreeing with Salley, disagreeing with Shaq slightly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying it's not the love of the game that you think is missing. It's the fact that aggression. I think that's part of it. I think those are all small pieces. Maybe the aggression piece of it might be a symptom of something, but it all comes down to the love of the game for real. I mean, and put it this way. Let's say I love, all right, let's say I'm a 2 or 3 sport athlete, right? And I love all of them equally, basketball, track, football. I love them all equally. And then let's say, I love basketball, but there's this other guy who loves basketball so much he ain't playing nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different love. And I think what the NBA players now, they love basketball, but they also love what they're doing off the court as far as image, podcast, they're dibbling, dabbling, all this stuff, fashion,
and everything.
You know what I'm saying? All this stuff. Before it was okay, you love basketball and you might like the girls that come with it, so you might have that type of lifestyle off the court. But other than that, like the players that we was really paying to see, Bird, Micheal, and all them guys, there's no doubt that they love basketball, and that's it.
That's it. That was what they love.
So when you got a one track mind, that's evident. But when you
win so
trying
bad,
to split your mind with 5 different things, fashion and all this stuff. Oh man, the shoes I wear to the arena, I need to get that on camera, and that's just as important as me showing up 3 hours early to get these jump shots in. That's different.
Fair. I'm not mad at that take, and I think, well, first of all, the one thing I will push back on Shaq about is that if they paid him $40,000, he would have still played. Shaq was getting $40,000. I'm gonna push back on that, Shaq. But
he would have went rapping. He would have
went rapping.
Salute, know your boy Sports and News, man. What's up? What's popping? Yeah, Corey. What's your thoughts, Corey? Oh, was you finished, Chris?
Yeah, I was done.
What you think about what I just said, though? It's the fact that they got
no, and I can see that, and it does make perfect sense. Like those guys from before, it was strictly basketball. Like I'm 25/8 in the gym, in the lab, but now it's just the age and the time that we're in. There's so much more that is available to you to broaden your portfolio. To say, you know what I'm saying? Like back then, it was probably just basketball. You know what I'm saying? Unless you were one of the great few who could get a shoe deal, and then you had that, and then you could branch out business wise after that. But for these young guys,
at 38 that's very young. And if I can retire at 38 and say, man, if I put my all into it, I'm gonna make about $400 million in 15 years, right? I everything I'm thinking about that I want to do business wise, it's gonna be waiting for me there when I'm 38. You get what I'm saying? But the way Kobe did it is, if it's gonna take away from me concentrating on basketball, it's not really that important.
Yes, exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Like
Kobe
got into everything after he retired. He got into everything, bro.
And we if anybody understands retiring at 38, it's us four right here, man, right? And yes, that is great. That is in most people's mind, that is so ideal, right? I can retire before 40, but now the way things are set up, these kids can retire at 30 if they wanted it, because the goal is to get the championship, but now the goal is, you got a lot of these kids coming up, the goal is to get my parents out where they from, get them a house, set myself up to where I'm not broke down the road, or we don't have to want no more for nothing. Because 99.9% is not coming from the most outstanding of situations.
Yeah.
So this is, if I can make it, we can make it, and I'm securing my family's future for generations to come. And if I can do that by 1, playing the game that I love, and 2, branching off and doing music, fashion, television, or any other thing I can also do to add to that bag, that financial bag, and I can be out of this.
Yeah, it's different
because looking at what the older guys went through, Shaq and Kenny can't walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, the game wears down on your body when you play it at a high level for a long time. If I can retire and get out the game and get everything I want out of it by the age of 30, 32, and I got a bag to fall back on, why not? Maybe I don't want to have to play the game for 20 years.
Let me ask y'all something. So first of all, I agree with all of that, but the question remains: if that is your mindset, if that is your primary mindset, how dedicated are you to the craft, though? That's where it starts to lie, because
it's definitely a craft.
You know what I'm saying? How dedicated? Because it's a craft. You gotta build that thing in order to reach the highest level of whatever sport that you playing. It takes work, bro.
And that happens with everything, though. Like everything. Like Corey, when did you decide to take the Navy serious and say, okay, this is my career? What year?
Probably year 6 or 7.
Is that when you start having kids and got married?
Yes.
Okay, so before that, you were just playing.
I was partying. I don't even remember my first 2 deployments.
Exactly. So when you get to that point where like, oh shoot, man, I got to do this for people, like for a wife and kids. Like they don't eat if I don't progress, because I could play around and fumble this opportunity and get forced out because I'm not making rank. So now. And once you start taking it serious, now what you got to do? You got to perfect your craft. Whatever job you selected in the Navy, you got to become a expert at it, because you won't make rank if you don't. You got to stay in shape, or you gonna get kicked out. We passing PT tests twice a year. We taking exams to rank up. All this stuff we're doing. Now you're taking it serious, and you've been around people that you work with that didn't take it serious,
right?
And ended up getting out before they wanted to get out. And that's what the NBA is like. These dudes that they might love it, but they don't love it enough to say this is the only thing I'm concentrating on. And it might be a motivation issue. Like maybe they came from money and they don't really need it that bad, or maybe once they got their first check, they was like, all right, man, I done made it. I don't want nothing else that bad. Is that similar? Am I off with that?
No, I don't think you are. I don't think you are at all. Like, with me, I was always very good at my job, and I made rank pretty quick. You know what I mean? But I like to party, and I would always go to work hungover. You know what I mean? And I was putting forth 110%, but I was really probably only giving them 75 or 80% because that's all I could give them, because I wasn't in the right mindset. My body wasn't right. You know?
So you was giving 110%. But you only had 75, so you was giving them 100% of 75.
Yeah, because that's all I had. Because I'm trying to get over this hangover the first part of the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like with the NBA, I think about it really with all sports. I think about it in two different frames, right? The first frame is the athlete. Athletes are bigger, faster, stronger now because they have different ways to work out. They have different supplements. They have all these things, right? But then once they reach the pinnacle, they're trying to preserve that for as long as they possibly can. And I'm not going to give you maximum effort every night because I have to look out for myself, because nobody's going to look out for me except for me. You ever notice how players play better in their contract years? They go all out.
Mm-hmm.
They do that, right? Because that's the thing. But what it turns into for fans, which is the other frame that I look at it, is y'all remember Friday Night Fights from ESPN?
Of course.
Like it was like junior boxing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like Mayweather versus whoever. You know what I'm saying? It was like junior boxing. And that's what we get every night. And then every now and then you'll get Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's not supposed to be a good fight, but it end up being a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
But you're so used to bullshit, right? You may not even tune into what turned out to be a good fight. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't want to wait till the playoffs to see good basketball. I don't want to wait until the playoffs to see good football.
I pay for it somehow, some way, whether with my cable subscription, my subscription, all. I don't want to wait, bro.
My time to sit down here and watch a 3-hour game when I could be doing something else.
And we go to games. Like we go to games. We go to games. We gotta pay for
these games.
If I go to a basketball game and I go watch, I want to see, and I'm going to see the Lakers versus the Mavericks. I want to see everybody on the court. I always say night off. You know what I'm saying? Like that's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not going to a Lakers Warriors game looking for Rui Hachimura. I'm going.
Well, I mean, what? So look. So all right. So now we're venturing over into a different topic, right? Phone lines are open if y'all want to call in this topic. But so when people say I'm not buying a ticket to come watch Rui or whatever the case may be, I don't care who can provide good basketball. I will watch. I don't care if Steph's not there, and I bought a ticket. I really don't. Right now,
but
the only reason why
that's the difference, Mel, because you're a basketball fanatic, right?
I like basketball,
but there are a lot of people that just want to go see Steph Curry play. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. I get that part. But for me, it's not like that. The only reason why this is significant to me is because we always had a conversation about the greats, and I think it needs to be obvious, and we need to be able to differentiate between
the conversation. Yeah, get all of that out of the way.
The different eras. Like, okay, it was a great in this era and a great in this era, but this era was greater than this one. You get what I'm saying? So this gives me a little bit of a nod for that guy that was in that era.
Yeah,
right. So that's just my thoughts. But caller from New York, what's up?
My very first game I went to.
What's going on, fellas? Bruce from the Format Podcast. How y'all doing?
What's up, Bruce? Hey. Since we're on a time restraint, we're giving everybody about 45 seconds. But go ahead.
That's all I need. I just wanted to comment real quick on something you guys mentioned about so many distractions with the modern players today, and that takes away from their focus on the game. I think that reflects on society as a whole, because back then, if you mastered your craft, everything else came, right? That's how you got endorsements. That's how you got popularity, etc., right? Yeah. But now in society overall, they want to see, like, before I can endorse you, how many social media followers you have, what kind of brand have you built, etc., etc. Even when I was in journalism school, they taught us about building a brand, because that's going to help the work you do as a journalist get out there faster. So it's reversed now from what it once was. It's no longer master your craft, your brand will be built on that. It's build your brand so you can master your craft. That's all I wanted to say. Thanks for the time, fellas.
Hey, Bruce, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Y'all go check out Format Podcast on YouTube, man. That's my dog, Bruce. All right, big dog. All right, Dom, I saw you calling. Dom, call right back. I want to get you in before anybody else call in.
I was gonna say, man, like the first basketball game I ever went to as a child, I saw the Bulls play, and I saw young Michael Jordan. And I love basketball after that. I'm like, boy, I'm in my room with my little Nerf gun practicing shots that I saw Mike pull off in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I love basketball. And now if I go to a game, man, I might see who knows on the court, the whole D League team on the court, because everybody. You know,
all right, we got Dominque from Sports T on the phone. What's up, Dom?
Domo.
How's it going, guys?
We good.
What's up, Dom?
I really missed the panel. My gosh, I'm in traffic right now driving home from work, but been listening to the show, and I think maybe I'm on a delay or something like that, because I just heard like the tail end of Bruce's call, and I thought that something that he said was interesting, that it used to be that you had to prove yourself in the league before you were given endorsements and things like that. Mm-hmm. And I get that point, but you still have to be a star player. You still have to be somebody in today's league to be given endorsements, or they have to think that you're going to be somebody based on some things that you've done before. And I think that these players today, they don't love the game as much. And it's because they don't, they also weren't raised in it the way that people were before. Like when you hear of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, they talk about stories when they were a kid playing this game. They might have played, at nights, on the ground. Like a lot of these kids today, they don't even play in the playground. They don't even know what it is to condition yourself by playing outside and getting your 1,000 hours on the playground. So I think that love of the sport and love of the game, it comes from like also how you grew up, not just, okay, well, the evolution of the business of the sport. I think that that's a point. That's definitely a point. But like, think about how kids are raised these days. You know, there's so much more coddling. And like, I remember when I was playing basketball, my parents, well, my mom in particular, she didn't necessarily like create this environment for me to do that. I wanted to play the sport, and I did. These days, people have parents that they spend all this money, even just to make it to an AAU team. You used to have actual talent. Now you just have to have connections. It's about who you know.
That's so real.
You know what I mean? Like the best of the best
God, I hate AAU.
used to play AAU. Like, you know, growing up, like it was a real privilege to be part of that.
Facts.
And now you can make a phone call. Like you have LeBron James calling up teams and, you know, to say, put my son on the, on the team.
That's always been there though. Yeah, no, I get that, but it's always been. I mean, Master P's son rode DeRozan all the way to USC because they was best friends.
I have to say though, Master P's son was a lot better than Bow Wow.
Oh, 100%.
Master P's son, 100% was better than Bronny. You know,
I don't know about Bronny though. I don't know about Bronny.
Master P didn't pay his way to make it into the league. Master P was a legit player. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a legit player that made it to the NBA. So all I'm saying is that, you know, today's league, there's just there's a lot less meritocracy. The guy who was the hood favorite, he typically made it. You know, Mikey Williams, if we were talking about sometime in the 90s, there would have been no scenario that Mikey Williams is not on the McDonald's team, but Bronny is. That wouldn't have happened. Do you get what?
Yeah. I get you. So
that actually deserve to be there that don't get there now. And the love of the game, I think, goes away because of some of these terrible tactics that exist.
It's definitely different. I think these players still love the game. It's just that they love other things equally or more. Right? You know what I mean? So I can never.
How do you love podcasting more though, Mel? You love podcasting just the same amount as you love basketball?
I don't know,
That's
man.
ridiculous.
I can't imagine myself wanting to look. I can't imagine myself wanting to learn another craft that's gonna take like so much effort for me. You know what I'm saying? Like if
there's no way. Let's talk about you for a second. Let's talk about all of us right here in the panel. Everything is what we put in it, right? Like, think about the amount of time that we all have to work on our podcasting craft. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But everything that we get out of it is what we put into it, right? So you have guys that are spending time gossiping and not spending time on, you know what I'm saying, on basketball, which is what made them famous. Those things don't make sense. So that's about attention. That's not about love.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. You're asking, do they love the game? And I feel like that's a fair question. It's fair, but it's not about love because they're looking for attention. It's not about what they love to do the most. When they're podcasting and doing they're throwing on skirts and dresses. You mean to tell me they love the skirts and dresses more than they love the basketball game? So it's not about love. It's about, I need attention.
It's a whole bunch of stuff.
For my business brand, it's insecurities, right? It's people are watching me. They're looking for me to do something. They're looking for me to wear this goddamn dress instead of, have a higher 3-point shot percentage or win a title. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These people are looking at what the public wants to see from them, and the public doesn't even want to see NBA games. They want to see dresses and skirts and man purses as you're walking through the tunnel.
Yeah, there you go.
No longer care. It's just, I'm just saying, they no longer care about watching the game. They watch the highlights and then they want to see what you wore in the tunnel.
Yeah, it's too much going on in there. They got to get it together. And I think I seen somebody in the comment section. And I just say this before we end it, but somebody said we're never going back. I think that was Young Disciple that said that, which is true. We're never going.
Yeah,
we're not bringing it up. in hopes for it to go back. We know it can't go back because society has moved past that I guess that era. We're going past it. It's not possible to go back, right? That's just like saying we go back in technology because technology is about to go to AI, and we know that's gonna be hell, right? But we can't stop the train from moving. That's where it's going, but
it's
that's not gonna stop me from pointing out, what's the difference and why it's bad and all of that stuff, man. So that's all I'm doing. We're pointing it out, and we know it's not going back, but when it was in the 90s and early 2000s, the love of the game was just about the love of the game. How good can I get? Because I want to show you how I want to beat everybody. I want to show you how good I am. But it's so many other priorities now.
Yeah.
They look at themselves as a business. Like me, my name is a business. So now my likeness and now everything I do, I got to connect it with some type of bag and all this stuff. It's just too much going on.
Too much.
And I like it because I want to see these athletes get as much money as they possibly can. I want to see these athletes at some point turn into businessmen to where they can pass businesses down to their kids instead of turning their kids into athletes just like them.
Yeah.
I want to see us kind of graduate from that.
Yeah.
But
that's
as long as you're an athlete, man, I mean, I'm sick of it. But thanks, Dom. I appreciate the call.
Thank you guys for having me. I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
For sure. Yeah, I knew what time it was when ESPN started having segments about fit checks.
James,
a sports station.
And listen, man,
sports station talking about fit checks and who look good coming down the tunnel.
And they got a whole Instagram page about that.
Crazy work.
Are you subscribed to it?
No. Yeah, he is.
I don't care about you wearing no blouse and carrying no damn man purse. I don't give a damn about this.
That man be looking for them flared out bell bottom pants they be wearing.
I subscribe to it to watch Debo Samuel walk down the thing.
Hey, I'm gonna take one more call, y'all. It's from Saginaw, Michigan. I think it's Draymond. Oh, they hung up.
It definitely was Draymond.
Draymond was calling him Saginaw, Michigan, man. All right, Mike, y'all. Let's move to the news we got with Coach Mike Malone getting fired.
Yeah.
And
I didn't understand that.
There's a lot of controversy behind it because
gotta be.
What are some of the reports y'all heard?
I haven't heard any. Honestly.
I've heard the rumors that I've heard was that there was an argument over the amount of time Russell Westbrook was playing. I've heard that there's been a big divide between the Calvin Booth and Mike Malone for a while. I don't know how much truth is to that, but I mean, eventually it'll absolutely come out.
Well, he's fired and Calvin Booth is gone as well. I mean, I think what we can say is that there was a rift between the front office and Mike Malone. I think that's true.
Safe to say.
Right. The part about Mike Malone upsetting the players because he was giving Russell Westbrook favoritism, I don't know how much of that is believable or true. Right. That part I don't know.
Yeah.
But also what was also true is that the owner came out and said that we were going to move on from Calvin Booth and Mike Malone this summer anyway.
Okay.
Right. So they did make that announcement that this was going to happen at the end of the season anyway. But they just decided to go ahead and do it because things was trending down and it was trending in a place where they didn't want to see it go. Right. So all that was there, but I want to ask y'all one thing first, and I want to play this soundbite from Kendrick Perkins talking about Jokic. But I want to ask y'all, what do y'all think really happened? Why did Mike Malone get fired?
It had to be something internal because you don't get rid of a coach of a team that's in the 4th seed. I don't care. Like, there's a whole lot of teams that go in slumps right before the playoffs, a whole lot. But you're changing the entire dynamic of the team by getting rid of the coach
4 or 5 games before the playoffs start.
Right. Like it just doesn't make sense. And you can't be thinking about winning. Like whatever happened in that locker room had to be so severe that you got rid of your coach.
I don't understand that.
Like
So
it doesn't make sense.
I don't know what exactly it could have been, but I'm willing to bet it had to do with Jokic.
Oh, that's where I was going with it. I heard Jokic.
I'm willing to bet it had something to do with Jokic.
He said it. He said that they made him aware shortly before of what their intentions were. If you go into your star player about the coach being fired, 9 times out of 10, your star player got something to do with the coach being fired.
Like with that being the base level, I think the sub level of that is I think Mike Malone wanted to coach Jokic a different way from the numbers grabs and the triple double.
Oh hell no, that's Mike Malone's system. Nah, Mike Malone started that.
He ain't letting him get off on that one.
No, heck no.
He was with him.
Mike wants that.
He was with him, but when you adapt to the style of whatever star player and that star player,
so maybe ownership said get away from that.
But, yeah, maybe
Malone said no.
Maybe, but when you adapt your style to a singular player on any team, eventually when it don't work, you gonna be the scapegoat, never the player. It's gonna always be
so this is what I think it is, right? I think it's multiple things, but I think this is what the straw that broke the camel's back this season was Russell Westbrook. You get this new guy in the locker room who is a big voice, who come with he's got a Hall of Fame jacket waiting on him.
Yeah.
He's already got an MVP. He's already missed a triple-double. He the one who brought that back into the league. Oscar did it. Nobody else was trying to do it after that. Mm-hmm. He the one who brought triple-double basketball and glorifying the triple-double like the way we do. He brought that back into the league. So he already got his own clout with him.
Yeah.
And a yellow jacket waiting on him. So when he speaks and then he comes in here and he's the vet out of all these guys in there.
100%.
He's the vet. It was different being in that Lakers locker room because now he can't say much because whatever LeBron say go. But now he's in this freaking locker room with all these puppies that compared to him, and he's got clout, historic clout.
Young boys, like
exactly, and he's looking and seeing how they do things, and was like, y'all got to be freaking kidding me. We really all go stand at the 3-point line and watch Jokic create everything, and I can create. And Jamal Murray can create. Why are we playing this way? Why ain't nobody hustling on defense? Why ain't nobody playing defense?
No, they ain't gonna do that. Especially
right? Why ain't this how y'all practice? Because Russell goes hard 100% of the time, correct?
Yeah, 100% of the time. Never.
That's one thing. That's one thing you can say about Westbrook. He never goes half percent.
Correct. And I know for a fact he wasn't dogging in that practice, and I know for a fact he wasn't keeping his mouth closed. Every single thing that goes wrong in that locker room and behind closed doors or on that floor, Russell was talking. I guarantee you, right? And now you see Mike Malone start to say different stuff, like the things that you heard at the post game for Mike Malone this year, where he called his team out and said they don't watch film. He said none of them watch their minutes unless we force them to. All of these things he started saying, I think Russ was probably poking him like, man, is this what type of ship you running? No wonder y'all ain't got back to the finals. You know what I mean? So I think once Mike Malone seen someone with a motor like Russ, he started looking at everybody and was like, oh, that's the problem. I want everybody to catch back up with him. And everybody else was looking like, dude, we like Draymond was looking at KD. We won without you.
Yeah, we did this. We did this.
I think that was the issue though. But let's hear Kendrick Perkins give Jokic all the excuses he can stand.
Mm-hmm.
When y'all was 73-9, Cavs came back. You didn't sit back and say, oh, let's run it back another year. No, you went into the offseason aggressive and said, we got to max this out. You went and got Kevin Durant. That's what you have to do. Do you realize that Jokic in his career haven't played with another all-star? Never. Like Russ don't count at this point. He's past those stages, right? Past his prime. But again, when are you going to help him out? And I think I'm looking at a guy like Jamal Murray, and if I'm the Denver Nuggets, I'm actually trying to move away from him.
By the way, that's how Michael Malone felt. You're describing Michael Malone.
He just signed a 4-year, $208 million deal. That becomes a little bit more difficult.
So first of all, did you hear him at the end say Denver needs to think about moving on from Jokic in the off season. This dude is a freaking idiot. And Malika had to remind him he just signed a 4-year contract, dude. How you gonna move on? He's trying to make it seem like, hey, Jokic, since we failed you, we got to move you. Like, what is he talking about? So first of all, Denver didn't fail him.
No.
They built the championship roster around him. Just because they ain't made All-Star yet doesn't mean that they gave him a trash roster. Michael Porter Jr. has every skill set that Paul George has.
No question.
And has been playing better than Paul George for the last 4 years.
Absolutely. Especially
guess how they're using him. Guess how they're using him.
Catch and shoot. Yeah, catch and shoot.
That's it.
That's it.
Catch and shoot.
Catch and shoot.
No post-ups.
Go in
no
the corner.
ISOs.
Go in that corner.
Yeah, no play called for him. Look, he don't get a play called for him, but some way, somehow he continues to get 18 to 20 points a game with no plays called for him. No, he don't make any decisions. He don't dictate anything on offense. He just got to get it out the mud. Hey, figure out how to listen. Jokic just go play triple-double basketball. All you have to do is shoot threes every time he passes it to you, or every time you semi-open.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out how to get 18 points. Just do that.
That's it.
Jamal Murray, figure out how to get 20 points.
Mm-hmm. Help. I hate that. You know, first of all,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No. You cook.
The thing about it that I don't understand is like how can I'm not saying like how can Kendrick Perkins, because I know how he can do it because he's an idiot. But how can Kendrick Perkins even form his mouth to say he's never played with an all-star? Because if the team is focalized around you, you are the all-star. Everybody else is just picking up trash. You understand what I'm saying? So hell no, you're not playing all-star basketball because you don't even get the opportunity to play all-star basketball. You know what I mean?
Which is how teams used to actually be built. You had your bona fide superstar. We've talked about this before. You had a fringe star or an all-star, and that would be your Jamal Murray. And then you had, or Michael Porter Jr., you can go either way with that. And then you had role players who fit the system that you were building. You didn't have three. So in honesty,
but the difference was though, Chris, is that you ran plays for all three of those players.
Exactly.
Or they had defined roles, and all the roles was highly important.
Exactly.
Right? Like, so when you look at Jordan and Pippen, Jordan was the superstar. His role was to score points. Pippen's role was to facilitate the offense and also provide some points on the secondary level. Right? But they wasn't butting heads. That's like playing spades and you know, I throw the little joke out, you throw the big joke out, and like we butting head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
What it's dumb to tell Jokic to primarily facilitate and be the primary scorer, and then tell Jamal Murray you have to figure out how to be an all-star. I can't be an all-star. He's doing both important roles, right?
Possible.
Stockton, Malone, one facilitated, one scored. Penny Hardaway, Shaq, one facilitated, one scored.
Mm-hmm.
Primarily.
They're not going to do that, and they're going to continue to just make excuses for Jokic. Like, Trae Young ain't ever played with an all-star, but he don't get that excuse. Why? Because it's Jokic, and when they want to paint that picture of, hey, man, we're going to give you the ball, you're going to have one of the highest usage rates in the league for the past 4 years. You're going to grab rebounds. You can't jump over a phone book, so you're not going to defend, and we're just going to feed you the ball every time on offense, and everybody has to play around that. You're supposed to have stats. That's what it's designed to do.
Correct.
It's designed for you to have stats. Like, you gonna have, if I got the ball, it doesn't matter if I'm a horrible shooter. If I have the ball in my hand for 40 minutes of the game, I'm gonna score some points. I'm gonna get some rebounds. I might get some assists, because all you gotta do is just make a shot. It's designed to be that way. Stop saying get him help and change the system. Let him be Sabonis.
Exactly. Right.
Think about.
Let me take it to football, Corey, real quick. And Chris, you can answer this too. Let me take it to football.
Okay.
Right. You got a quarterback that runs the read option. Right.
Okay.
Let's say it's Cam Newton. Right. Okay. So Cam Newton is throwing the ball 25 times a game, and he's tucking it and running 25 times a game. He's getting 200 yards in the air, 100 yards on the ground, right? Your running back's getting the ball 8 times a game, right, on the ground, and he might catch 3 passes. So he's touching it 11 times to do something with it. And then when they lose, everyone says, well, look at Cam Newton's stats. He's doing everything he can do. He's getting 300 yards, 200 in the air, 100 on the ground. What is that running back doing? And the running back don't have no opportunities to help. Like, you're not giving me an opportunity to help if you're gonna tell Jokic to run everything on offense. There's only a couple of roles on offense. Either I'm facilitating or I'm scoring, and Jokic is doing both of those things. Right. So what's left for us?
You're right, Mel. So and take it to that example. I get 8 carries. If I don't average 20 yards a carry, then I didn't carry my way.
Nothing.
And guess what? Now, hey man, we need to move on from this running back, man. He's not doing enough to help our quarterback out.
What do you want me to do when the quarterback we all can see that, hey, this is probably where you should hand it off to me, and the quarterback is gonna tuck it and take it himself because he feels like he can do better.
That's why. Let me show y'all some of these comments, and this is why Jokic can't get back to the finals, because people are enabling him. Now you go blame Jamal Murray based on what he did in the Olympics.
That's not even the same basketball. That's not even. I'm not.
What does one have to do with the other?
No, that is not the same basketball. If you brought that up, I question. I don't know who you are, Jimmy James C. But I question your acumen for this sport if you brought up Olympic basketball when we talking about NBA teams.
Here's another one. Efficiency. That efficiency means he gets to be the point guard and the primary scorer at the same time because he's efficient.
At 7 foot, and
you think that's good basketball? Good basketball is supposed to trump everything. It's bad basketball to tell Jokic to do all of that stuff.
We messed up when we got away from when we went to this positionless basketball. Like people need to go back to being and playing the position that you in. If you
have a skill, we can use that. Like Jokic is a great passer. I don't want to make it seem
sure.
Listen, he's a great passer. There are ways that just because he's a great passer doesn't mean he has to engineer the entire offense, man.
But there are also a lot of big men who end up getting a lot of assists, because if you being a big man and doing big man things, the smaller people on the other team are going to crash. Okay, what do? You can dish out to, but if you sitting at the top trying to be a point guard as a 7-footer,
I'm just tired of this narrative, like this comment right here. I'm tired of that narrative, bro. If you're holding the ball till it's 3 seconds left on the shot clock and then dishing something outside and you missed the shot and it's your fault, that's bullshit. It's bullshit ass basketball. Like, I hate watching the Nuggets play. Just watching Jokic stand at the free throw line and turn fucking circles the whole game. That's what he does. Or shoot some bullshit ass fadeaway. That's it. That's all he does the whole game. And that's efficient and good basketball.
I want to ask Jimmy, and anybody in the comments can answer this, but let's use Luka in Dallas as an example, right? He needs help. He needs this. He needs that. He had Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson was labeled as, he's not good enough, But Jalen Brunson had to sit there and wait 20 seconds of a 24-second shot clock to get the ball. Can anybody get into it unless you are Steph Curry, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Klay Thompson?
You have to be that person.
You can't get a rhythm by just standing there 20 seconds every possession.
That's common sense to me.
And then
I don't understand.
When we watch Jalen Brunson get away from Luka, get out of that system, and actually get a chance to be a point guard, this man is a dog.
He resurrected New York.
But real hoopers knew that, though.
He resurrected New York basketball.
But people that watch the Mavericks knew that, because the best basketball that the Mavericks played when Luka got hurt
Luka got hurt
was when Jalen Brunson was on the court, right? In that first series against Phoenix, he towed their ass.
40?
Yeah, 40. Towed their ass up, and then they went right back to Luka ball. It didn't make sense.
It's just not consistent enough for you to get into a rhythm in order to show. That's why when people say, Jamal Murray, I think Jimmy said he wasn't that good because him away from Joker showed that. First of all, that's ridiculous. Second of all, you haven't seen him in the NBA system away from Joker. And if you do, I guarantee you he can average 25 because Jamal Murray is
easy. Right. Look, listen, I was having this conversation on my show earlier this week, or maybe last week, and one guy called in and said the same thing. He was like, man, there's no all-stars in Denver. And I was like, the reason why they're not all-stars is because of the play style. They can't be all-stars, right? And I was like, so you mean to tell me you would replace those players with any all-star at their position? I was like, so Tyler Hero, you would take him over Jamal Murray? He said, absolutely.
Why?
He said he's more
efficient. I like Tyler Hero, so I don't want to say that.
He said Tyler Hero is more efficient and plays better defense. So you think Tyler Hero with Jokic?
He don't watch games.
Okay.
First of all, Tyler Hero won't even be who Tyler Hero is in Miami with Jokic because he's not gonna get the ball as much.
Hold on, because I'm seeing this one go off in the comments.
Right.
And
I was looking at that.
Selective memory is crazy because
my God,
did we not see Jalen do all he could until he got hurt?
Right. And then he said right here, get the fuck out of here. You sound crazy trying to compare Jalen to Luka. You sound crazy. And then Young Disciple said he always hurt. Luka's always fat.
He was comparing Jalen to Jamal Murray.
Like that's crazy.
He was comparing Luka to Jokic, right? Jamal Murray is getting overshadowed by the system they play in Denver, just like Jalen Brunson was getting overshadowed by the system they played in Dallas.
But I don't expect you to understand that. Now that I'm listening to what you're saying, like
it makes no sense. Like, well, who carried who? Luka carried the Mavericks all the way to the finals, getting bullshit ass foul calls the entire fucking playoffs, right? And then when it came time to really play basketball, they tore his motherfucking ass up and they isoed him on defense.
Should not have made it.
And don't forget, Corey, with Kyrie Irving.
And I'm a Maverick fan. I am a big Maverick fan.
They should not have got out that OKC series.
Bullshit. It's
a Dallas fan. He's not crying.
I'm a Dallas fan. I'm not crying. I'm a 100% motherfucking Dallas Mavericks fan. I watch every motherfucking game. I see it every year. And I call it on this show every year. Luka's about to miss a month because he's fat. That's what he's about to do. Every time he comes in at the beginning of the season, you can see his motherfucking belly button every fucking time during the beginning of the season. That's why they got rid of his fat ass. It wasn't a smart trade. No, it wasn't a smart trade because you didn't get shit in return for him. Because there were plenty of suckers out there you could have got a whole lot for him.
Yeah, they should have got more.
I'm tired of hearing that shit, man. Get the fuck out of here.
We forgetting about how key of a piece Aaron Gordon is to that Denver team as well.
So much more game. Boy got so much.
He got to play defense for the entire back. First of all, their rim protector is Michael Porter Jr. So not only is he Klay Thompson on offense, with their rotation, the only one that can block shots at the rim is Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. Not Jokic. He's not even going to jump.
No, right? He is completely out of that backside rotation. He completely out of it. When they designing their defense, no, Joker, you stay in the middle. Either somebody's going to have to come from one corner to play help side or the other corner or the wing.
Listen,
not Jokic. It's ridiculous.
If they was to ever run a 2-3 zone, Jokic would be in the corner.
I just don't like. I don't like that they making excuses for. Like, if you gonna play that style of basketball, cool, play that style of basketball, but don't blame the role players because the offense is centered through you. Don't do that.
Yeah, and he ain't never gonna have an all-star. It don't matter who comes. The only way he'll have an all-star is if they trade for somebody that's already popular and is go get a vote just for their name, like Dame Lillard, right, or James Harden. Like if you trade for one of those guys, just their name will get them voted in.
Yeah,
but someone that got drafted by Denver, they're never going to be able, like, just like Brunson. He would have never been able to get to the all-star level if he stayed in Dallas.
Never.
Yeah, none of them dudes.
And like I was gonna say earlier, the kid Christian Braun, he has. I like his game, and I like what potential he has to become. But the better he gets, the less we'll see of it if he stays and they stay in this Jokic centered offense. He's only going to become just another spot up shooter in the corner for Jokic to dish out to. You will only see how good his game is and can be when Jokic is not on the floor
or when he goes somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a fact. All right, man. Let's get into the NBA playoff show. We got a little fire on that.
That was intense.
That was good. Good. I can't wait to watch this.
I know, right? I updated my pyramid, y'all. Y'all probably can't tell who I took off and who I added.
Hold on, give me a second.
Nah, you ain't gonna be able to tell. But tier 6, I added. Well, tell me who I added in tier 6.
KG
was West there before?
No, you're right. So I added Jerry West. Yep. And then on tier 7, I took somebody off, and it was Dwight Howard. But
yeah, I'm looking at tier 7. I can understand why you took Dwight off. I was about to say
only because I had to add West.
Yeah, like it's fair. It's fair.
Understandable.
Yeah. I had to add West, man, but I somehow forgot West when I first made it. And I know somebody probably gonna look at it and be like, "Where's Elgin Baylor?" And I was like, I mean, that's how I got it, man. But I really wish Dwight was on that list, but I mean, maybe him or Weber is a conversation.
Maybe him and Weber. I mean, man, Chris was good though. Sewell was nasty.
He was.
Dang,
man.
Bill Russell up there. He on tier 4. Ghost of, I don't know how to say that last name.
Ghost of, nope, not even gonna try.
Some of them, most of them, I give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? That one, I know I'm gonna butcher that one.
I'm gonna definitely tear that one up.
What?
Put the playoffs on the damn screen, man. Put the playoffs on the screen.
All right, man.
There we go.
As of yesterday, this is what it's looking like, y'all.
It was a massive shakeup yesterday.
It was. Does it still look like this?
No. All teams are in contention today. It's
everybody playing tonight.
Game slate.
Everybody
it's a 15 game slate today. So things will change after everything goes final tonight. But as of currently, this is what it's looking like before all final games today.
That's insane, bro. This is insane.
Jehoshaphat.
Yo, so let's look at this play-in situation in the West. Because I think from all the way from number 6 to number 10, they got the same exact record, right? Let me pull it up.
In the West, yeah. And
I think it's actually 4 to 7. 4 to 7 all had the same record.
And I think,
or at least that it was like that the other day.
And I think 8, 9, 10 are like one game back or something like
it was like between 3rd and 9th was separated by 2 games.
Like every game means something. So it's the play. It's playing playoff basketball a little bit now.
I pulled it up. The Lakers had number 3 with 49 wins.
Okay,
right. I think the only thing that's a lock in the West is the Thunder and the Rockets at 1 and 2. That's a lock.
They solidified yesterday.
Both of them. Yeah, they.
So
that's
the Lakers.
Shout out to the Rockets.
I was just about to say that, Zoe. Shout out to the Rockets.
Jeez.
I know, right? We're gonna talk about them. Lakers got 49 wins. Nuggets got 48 wins. The Clippers have 48 wins. Tied. So the Nuggets and the Clippers got the same amount of wins at 4 and 5. And then the Warriors, Grizzlies, and T-Wolves finish up 6, 7, and 8, all with 47 wins and 33 losses. So they got the same exact record. And then you got the Kings and Mavericks separated by 1 game. Kings with 39 wins, Mavericks with 38. Suns at number 11, they're eliminated. So the play-in, I mean, that's what it's looking like. So all of that can change. Anything from 3 all the way down to 10 can change.
Insane.
Well, no, I'm lying.
No, because there's 2 games tonight, and I think 1 more game for all teams. There's 2 games left.
2 games left. So anything from 3 to 8 can change.
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom 2, Kings can't get no Kings can't get no higher than 9th or 10th, right?
Yeah, so Dallas and Sacramento are fighting for home court to play in.
Yeah, got it.
But 3 through 8 are still fighting for either you're gonna be playing, either you're gonna be safe in the playoffs, but on the road the first 2 games, or you might get the first 2 home games. Like it's
hold on, World Breaker. Hold on.
Can
not
I?
Not all of us.
So hold on. First of all, this is backtracking. I'm gonna make this quick. If with y'all permission, I'm gonna address this because I hate when people act like this.
Go ahead.
This team was not playing well, and they got a Luka Doncic trade.
That's what I'm
saying.
Please
don't act like this is JJ Redick's coach.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody do, and they doing that for real now. Like they really saying,
it is. Listen,
no, it's not. If Darvin Ham would have got Luka Doncic last year, they would have been fine too.
Jay, I'm happy you are here. I'm happy you are here. You're not about to do this, Jay. I'm so you're my brother. I'm happy you here. I'm not about to let you do this. Don't you do it. Don't do it.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with you.
All right.
I don't even have the energy to do that. It takes so much. Listen, that takes so much out of me, bro.
Can't even stand for him today.
But all I'm saying is, I actually don't owe him an apology.
No, you don't though. You don't. Everybody, I don't owe him one either though.
I don't either. That he got Luka. If Luka would have came last year with Darvin, would y'all go apologize to Darvin?
Listen, he got one of them good old fashioned Obama bailout packages.
What they really need to do is apologize to Darvin Ham for not doing it last year. Why y'all wait till he left to do it?
And even more than that, what everybody need to do is thank Mark Cuban for selling Dallas, majority stake in Dallas, because had he not done that, that'd never happened.
It would have never happened. That's facts. That's facts. It would have never happened.
So you got to know what you know.
Facts.
All right, let's so if the playoffs start out like this, starting with the play-in, that 9 and 10 Dallas and Sacramento. It's one game. It's one game.
It's one game
any given Sunday.
Have a chance.
Yeah,
if
9 and 10 got to win that game to get another play-in game.
Yeah, look, with Mike Brown and De'Aaron Fox still in Sacramento, I would like Sacramento.
I would too.
If you get a healthy AD, there is no question.
You think they?
Yeah, well, not the AD that was playing the Lakers the other night.
Who was that guy? I don't know him. I don't know him.
They sent him a memo before the game and said, "This is Luka's night."
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
They had that big tribute to Luka and they traded him. Like that.
I appreciate that.
They sent that boy a memo. They was like, "Look, he's back here in Dallas. When you go to LA, we can talk about it."
Mm-hmm.
But had a whole tribute. As soon as they put the tribute up, and Luka had his eyes was red and puffy from tearing.
Mm-hmm.
Ball game.
We said it in the group chat. We was like, "Hey man, Luka might." I think Mel. I told Josh. I said, "Yo man, Luka about to have 70 tonight, bro." As soon as I saw that, Mel put in the chat right at the same time. Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, that was a good tribute, and Luka about to have 1,000 tonight because you seen the script already.
I got a notification from the NBA app. Luka with 30 at the half. I was like, "Oh man,
listen." I shot 0 basketballs for Dallas, and that tribute had me teary eyed. You hear me?
Right.
I was like, "Damn, man, we on their head tonight."
Hey, what I say? I said the only thing that's gonna stop Luka from dropping 1,000 is the game clock.
Is the game clock? That's what you said. He said the only thing gonna stop
he was well on his way.
He was well on his way, bro. He could have, if he would have stayed in the game. Well, man, listen, man. That man, what he at? What he in with? 40,
45 piece.
Could have had more than that.
He took his foot off the gas in the second half.
Foot off the gas. He was
trying to the game wasn't close no more.
Yeah.
Once the game got out of reach.
That's a weird phenomenon, though. Like they cheering loud as hell when he scored, and then when the Mavericks scored, they cheering the same way. Like
exactly, it was weird. It was a crazy. I know that atmosphere. I would have wanted to be at a game like that, especially with no rooting interest. Man, y'all crazy in here cheering for the other team like this.
Like shit, it's crazy.
Yeah, and Mark Cuban was just in the audience.
It gives you like a wrestling event type feel. Where you like who you like, and everybody's gonna go wild for everybody. Like I think the NBA needs that more. I think that's like from sitting at home watching that game, just listening to the crowd and the crowd never like not being in it. That makes the NBA more watchable to me.
Right.
And that's what they think too. That's why they wrote that script.
Yeah, but see, you're a wrestling fan though, Jay. You geared toward that. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, for sure.
That appeals to you. I need to see pure basketball. Like I'm watching the game, and I see a illegal.
Well, that's how
screen.
you do it, though. That's how you do it. Pure basketball.
Well, yeah, for the masses, for sure. But when I see a legal screen, that makes me not enjoy the game. Like I can't enjoy when I keep seeing. Like the only reason why you letting that illegal screen go is because you don't want to mess with the visual of the game. Like if we call all of those. Like imagine in football if you called as many as holds as you actually saw.
Yeah, I remember you couldn't move your feet on screens.
You couldn't move anything.
if you
now
call,
you can push him in their back.
You can push them in their back and drag them.
If you call moving screens at the rate that they're committed for 1 week, it'll take it right out of the game. You'll have to adjust. Oh, they call it this again.
Correct.
But are they going to do that, Jay?
Absolutely.
Well, after Steph Curry leave, because the fact that they want these 3-pointers so bad, and this screen and roll offense is everybody's offense. You kind of got to let it go because that's the entertainment you're providing. That's what you want everybody to see. If they change from that and it go back to some type of post play and stuff like that, then maybe they'll go back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For sure. All right, but so play in. I would be picking Dallas for this. It's one game. I know Zach LaVine can go off for 40. I know DeRozan can go off for 40. That's big time in itself.
They ain't gonna do it at the same time though, ever.
They can though.
But the sad part is neither one of them gets past that game. So you can pick them both.
Hold on. Okay. So the winner of the 9-10 will be the 8 seed, correct?
No.
Oh no. The winner of the 9-10.
No.
The winner of the loser of 7-8
is the loser of 7-8,
which is crazy. Yo, 9-10 is the funniest thing to me. You got to win just to have a chance to maybe get in.
and then listen. You win to get a chance. If you win that, you got to go play the 1 seed.
You got to go play the best team in the East or the West.
It's you prolonging the inevitable. You like, man, they're gonna be understand, bro, already.
Hey, do you want to die now? Or do you want to die later?
Die later.
Yeah, you getting chased by Baby D, and you run into a house just to see Lizzo laying on the bed waiting on him.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This is not the post game. We got sponsorship.
But I like Dallas for this game. I like Dallas.
Fair.
I like Dallas too because a motivated AD can absolutely get it done. And to be honest with you, if the Golden State Warriors lose to Minnesota in the 7-8, I really think that AD can do it one more time because he's always giving Golden State fits. They don't have a big man
like
to even. You gonna ask Kevon Looney to no
barbecue chicken
just to go play Oklahoma.
Honestly, though, I think that either scenario, whether it be Dallas Golden State or Dallas Minnesota, will be a good playing game.
Well, here, guys.
Say it. Say it.
Here's the thing.
Yes, sir.
Here's the thing. Minnesota is going to win that game. Understand this. It will be officiated in such a way that Minnesota wins the game.
Over Steph?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Then Steph will put 50 on Dallas' head.
Got it.
And
they both get in.
Yeah. So but the y'all haven't read the postcard. Y'all hadn't read the
oh man, I gotta study my script.
Yeah. Listen. Western Conference Finals right now, Golden State, LA Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. They Steph versus LeBron. They want to get one more squeeze out of this, and this is the only year to do it. If it doesn't happen now, it'll never happen again.
I hope not.
Man, hold on, but listen,
finals.
I hope not.
Look at how everything else is set up. You can whistle. You can whistle your way to that series.
You talking about for Golden State, right?
For Golden State.
Listen, if Golden State loses the first one and make it to the 8th seed, I don't even think the whistle could help them beat OKC.
They'll be OKC.
It helped Dallas beat them.
They'll be OKC in a 7-game series. They will be OKC in a 7-game series.
This OKC is different than last year, though.
No, man. If they whistle whip it, then they can. But I would hate to see.
And you can't do that to SGA.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to see.
I mean,
so for 4 games, you trying to tell me for 4 games, Steph Curry can't outscore SGA?
Not now.
Dude.
First of all, with the brick lane he did against San Antonio, anything is possible.
Listen. No, Chris. You think they wanted Golden State to lose that game? Again, you got to get them to opposite sides. You got to get LeBron and Steph to opposite sides. That's the math. You got to get them to opposite sides. Okay, now going from there, watch this. Either Steph hits the three or the same moving screen that they should be calling moving screen is now a defensive foul. It's now a defensive foul, and you're sending them to the line. He gets 30 shots from the line. He has 28 points. Period. And not to mention what else he hits from the floor.
I mean, it's not out the realm of possibility, but
I've seen it too many times. I'm
gonna be,
and you have to.
Yo, I'm legitimately gonna be pissed if they do that.
They can't, especially if listen, because to me, hands down, SGA is the MVP. There is no way.
Hey Melvin, what's your favorite word? What's your favorite word? What's your favorite phrase?
Bitch. Oh.
What's your favorite phrase, Brody?
I thought I was too short for a minute.
What they gonna do to that baby, Mel? Tell them.
I don't know. Hold on.
Split the baby.
They gonna split the baby.
Oh yeah. I do say that.
You
stole that from me though, Jay. I don't even say that no more.
You can't give him MVP and then knock him out in the first round. If they
give SGA MVP, because they don't want to give it to him. If they give him MVP,
they send his ass home.
They might send him home if they give him MVP.
And you ain't getting nothing.
Hey, Zoe, pack him up.
Yes.
Pack him up. It might get him out of there. And I would hate to see it, but that might be the trade-off right there. Hey, man, you not winning no ring this year. We're going to give you this MVP, and we're going to get you up out of here, and then we're going to...
And he already media trained.
Oh
man, I have to play harder. That's what he'll say. I have to be more. I have to do.
I hear it. I don't want to see it.
No one does.
Want to see it
except for the people with money.
There's no way you don't let SGA and that team at least make it to the conference finals. No way.
Okay,
why not? They didn't. They did it last year.
They showed you the blueprint last year. They showed it to you last year. They just couldn't get no juice out of Steph or LeBron last year.
Do I need to remind you, Luka Doncic played the first 3 games against OKC and only had 1 foul, and they was hunting him on defense the whole time.
I wanted to blow it.
Fouled out twice.
I wanted to blow
and had 5 fouls almost every game.
That was crazy. I'm hearing y'all. I don't want to see it, bro. I mean, honestly, that would like kill all the nerves left in me I have for the game.
What up,
George
Taco?
True Shirt said, this is what I was saying last year. Thanks for the $2 super chat. Taco Master, $5. Hey, Jay, Mel. Mel usually says, call the baby ugly. Yep, I do say that. They don't want to give SGA MVP. Every talking head on earth pick him for MVP.
Mel, bring that comment back up. Hold on. Bring that comment back up, Mel. I'm very disappointed in you. All that time you spent in Japan and you said hey and not hi.
That's how you say. That's how you spell hi. Oh, hi. Oh, okay. Hey. I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't even see that.
Is Taco Master in Japan? He knows something about that.
Absolutely not. It's a typo. God, this is great, man. Listen, man.
Yes, you're saying yes, Jay.
This feels so good, bro.
I know it do.
Man, it's good to see you.
This feels so good, man.
Just minus all that ketchup bullshit you got in the background.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. I was about to change if my boys would have hung that natty, I was about to change the whole feng shui.
You was. You gonna blue devil it out.
Jumping from
you know my stuff ain't went nowhere. It just don't. That blue and red class, it make your head hurt. You can't have both of them out at the same time.
Yeah, you got to do one or the other. Understood.
Yeah. Hey, Zoe, check your text message.
All right.
Shout out to California.
All right. So are we all thinking that Dallas go beat Sacramento?
100%.
And
if AD is healthy, they get out that game.
Okay, and Minnesota go beat the Warriors. So the matchup is going to be the Warriors versus Dallas, playing for that number 8 spot.
Mm-hmm.
But don't forget that Minnesota versus Houston. That's going to be a hell of a series with a lot of young talent.
That will be,
man,
and a lot of bad media training.
I just want them to let them play.
After the game. They're gonna say some crazy stuff after the game.
Yeah, of course. I just want them to let them play though, man. I don't want the NBA to dictate who go win beforehand and then start calling the game that way.
I hate that.
Well, they don't think neither one of those teams can beat LeBron. They like you see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. They may just let that play out.
It's gonna be hard to cheat the Rockets and Udoka because Udoka he know what it is and he got a big mouth. And you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be hard.
Right him the first time. That's why I got his ass up out of Boston.
Mm-hmm.
He at the press conference. He let you know what he know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's gonna be a good series. If it plays out like that, Rockets, Timberwolves, that could go 7. Honestly,
you'd rather see that than Rockets Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to see the Warriors nowhere because I know they go cheap for them.
Exactly.
I don't want to see the Warriors nowhere.
Got it. Yeah, and I just like with OKC, I'd be mad if they did that to this Rockets team who was doubly overachieved from where they were last year.
I mean, the second seed locked that's
insane. That's insane.
Well, I knew their comeback would be quick. I didn't think it would be this quick though. Yeah, Udoka's a hell of a coach.
Hell of a coach.
He is.
And
so anybody got the Grizzlies making it out of this series against the Lakers?
I don't know what the Grizzlies are anymore.
Yeah,
the Grizzlies don't know what the Grizzlies are. They don't have no coach. Their superstar don't know how to celebrate.
Or maybe he does, and that's
maybe he does, man. And that grenade, look, I ain't even got no critique for him.
I like it.
I said, hey, for the 2K players out there, they need to add that to the emotes.
Oh, you best believe they're gonna do it.
Because that grenade was kind of fire. I ain't gonna
Bishop said, "Why we got to do this pimping? This play in is BS."
You know why, man?
The play in is actually
it's chaos.
Yeah,
it's
like if you didn't make the top 8 in 82 games,
then I don't need to give you a chance.
There's no
I don't need to give you a chance. I don't need to give you a chance. You had your chance. 82 games of it.
And like sometimes in the East, that 10 seed be so far behind everything else. It's not this year, but
not this year. But normally they like 10. They only like 2 games over 500 a lot of time.
Yeah,
and they the 10th seed. So hey, we get a shot.
Hey, imagine if you go out for a basketball team, they only taking 8 people, and then they say, "Hey, man." Whoever the 9th and 10th guy would have been, we go take the 7, 8 from the roster that made it against the 9th and 10th. Y'all play 1-on-1 for those last 2 spots.
Man, I want to fight the coach. Like I made it.
They helping the best.
Somebody else.
Because you're the 7th and 8th man on the team.
You might not even make the team.
You know that you had to play hard just to get that spot. You tired. Now I got to go play this guy. What?
Nah, that's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, we had to make these graphics early, man, guys.
Yeah, look, tell them you made the squad, but
congratulations.
I want you to play the guys that didn't make it.
Now
you got to tell them like this. You got to be like, you made the squad, but here's the thing.
now this changes.
I have 200 Bulls that didn't make it.
This changes a lot of things.
They almost made it. You did make it, so you should be proud.
When you put it like that, you think about it. We're giving 2 teams that didn't make the playoffs
a chance
opportunity to make the playoffs in 1 game.
Over 2 teams that actually made it.
They was in the top 8.
They did what was required.
Can you imagine if I'm number 8 and I won 45 games?
And I get bounced by somebody who won 38.
The number 9 seed only won 25 games, and I got to play them for the 8 spot. Come on, dog.
Man, look at the West this year. One of those teams, the
Dallas and Sacramento are both under 500.
Under 500. And if they sneak and beat the 7-8 team, the Warriors or Minnesota, like that's insane, bro.
Shoot, I got one better money grab. If they're gonna do that, then they may as well do a lottery. And then whoever to play in replace whoever is unfortunate enough 1 through 8 to make it. Like put the 1 seed in at Ranch too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
let everybody.
That's how
everybody
ludicrous it is.
It's gonna get to a point where the only thing that's solidified is home court advantage. So seeds 1 through 4, y'all play for that. Y'all got that.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
5 through 10. Y'all gotta
fight for it. You gonna pull a number out of a hat, right? And then
y'all gotta fight for it. It's gonna get to the point we're gonna have the playoffs before the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's funny I think it's hilarious that the 9th and 10th seed
when they came out with it and then they tried to explain it. I watched so many different clips and shows and segments of them explaining it, and the word salad that it was like, so the 7th and 8th and then this, and then if the 8th and then the 8th played the 9th and 10th and then the 10th, I was just like,
it's been what was the reasoning? Does anybody remember the reasoning for this? Why did they
LeBron wasn't gonna make the playoffs 1 year?
Yeah.
To be honest.
Nah, that's real. I knew that.
Ever since they made the play in, the Warriors and Steph Curry and the Lakers and LeBron has benefited from the play in more than any other team. They've been in the play in.
What was it? Either last year or year before last, they met in the play-in, and LeBron had, I guess, a version of a flu game. He got poked in the eye and was going crazy.
Shout out to one in the middle, right?
and was beating the Warriors' ass and bounced them out the play-in. But that is the Lakers and the Warriors just normally since the play-in started been hanging around that play-in spot.
We gotta watch these games tonight. Grizzlies Nuggets is gonna be huge.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Now, I wouldn't be mad at the play-in if it only the bottom 4 teams in the conference fight for the 8th seed. Like,
yeah, it's more of an even playing field unless people gotta die. Like the 7th seed, the team. Look at Orlando right now, and I love Orlando. Of course, they playing my Hawks, so I want my Hawks to win. But look at Orlando; they have been playing inspired basketball despite all of the injuries. And guess what?
They might not make it.
It ain't good enough. Go play the Hawks. Go play the Hawks right now with Zachary Reese scoring 30, damn near 40 points.
Oh, man.
Not that you done lost Paolo for the season. You done lost Franz for part of the season. You done lost the other Wagner for part of the like, bro, like it's just crazy.
You want to know what else is funny? You know what else? Nobody else. You said the Lakers and the Warriors. On the East, nobody has benefited more than the Bulls and the Heat.
Oh my God, they have been starving.
The Heat is taking play-in all the way to an Eastern Conference final.
They celebrating that. They celebrating down in Miami. Boy.
The Heat and the Bulls are in the play-in ever since this thing has started, and they play each other every time.
Yo, bro, they like this is our playoff. Right
I think last year the play-in game, Kobe White went crazy. It was a play-in game.
Shout out Kobe White. Has been balling. Shout out Kobe White.
Oh, so on the East, it's definitely the Bulls and the Heat that benefit from the play-in because they. But the thing is, the Heat ain't got Jimmy no more because Jimmy was like, "Oh, we in the playoffs. All right, let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and dust this coat off.
Game Jimmy, you know what I'm saying?
Let me get in here." But they ain't got Jimmy no more, so I'm interested to see how that plays out for them too.
Let's do this real quick on both sides, East West.
Okay. All right.
Let's pick upsets. For me, the Clippers is gonna beat Denver. I think that's gonna be an upset.
Yep.
Yeah, no coach, no culture anymore.
Yeah, definitely, you fired your coach a hop, skip, and a jump away from the first.
And you got Kawhi Leonard out here looking like a lab child of Toronto championship and San Antonio championship.
Let the Clippers get right. They don't let the Clippers get right. That's scary.
What?
That's a scary team.
James Harden looking like Houston James Harden a little bit.
He don't got. He's a version of that, but he ain't got to be because he got Kawhi Leonard on his team.
Man, look,
that team is dangerous. Norman Powell, that team is dangerous.
I can see that one. And listen, and everything is gonna be everything we gonna see is everything we need to see is gonna be seen if Denver drops one of them first 2 games at home.
Yeah,
they drop one of them first 2 games at home. Pack the bags.
Pack them up.
And Cancun on 3.
And on the East,
I know who I'm picking on the East.
Well, I may as well pick who I picked earlier in the year.
Listen.
You should.
Detroit basketball.
Man,
Detroit basketball. And here's the reason why. it's not so much about Detroit here. No one knows how to lose better than the Knicks.
That's what I was saying. The way they've been playing, they look great losing though. Like Karl Anthony Towns has probably played some of the best
they look great
basketball.
losing. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, no,
hey, they beating Cleveland right now at the half.
Who, Knicks?
Yeah.
Hey,
keep watching.
man, listen,
keep watching. Just keep
last-
watching.
Keep watching.
No one gives more games back than New York.
Listen, and peep this. 6 minutes ago, the fourth quarter, the third quarter ended, and Milwaukee and Detroit game, 1 point game.
Yep.
They giving Milwaukee everything right now.
How far are they behind Milwaukee?
1 point.
One game.
No, one. That's what I was.
It's 2 games. It's 2 games, but the last 2 games is against Milwaukee.
Oh,
so if they win this one, then it's tied. And if they beat them on the last game of the season, then they'll
get
flip
that 5th seed.
positions. Yep, they'll get that 5th seed.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Now, that's crazy.
So they playoffs start
right now.
Today.
Basketball right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if they lose today, you may as well go ahead and rest everybody.
They're locked into the 6. Yeah. So they can't go any lower than 6, but they can go as high as 5. All depends on. But if they win tonight, they gotta play the starters.
They could beat New York, and they could beat
Indiana.
Milwaukee. They could beat any of those 3 teams. They could also lose to any of them too.
Yeah, that's interesting.
What about the? I need to look and see where the Pacers and how far apart are the Knicks and the Pacers?
Should be no more than maybe 2 games.
Hey, Bishop Wallen.
Yeah,
I seen it.
I seen it too.
1 game.
We always appreciate the super chat, Bishop.
One game separates the Knicks and the Pacers.
Playoff. Yeah, every game means something from here on out. It's playoff basketball.
Let's see who all matched up right now. So
yeah,
oh my God,
what's going on?
The Magic are dogging the Pacers, and it's only the end of the third. It's 109-76.
Yeah, Paolo back.
If the Knicks win,
the
Knicks win and the Pacers lose, they'll have the same record. So it all depends on who has the head-to-head, but it's probably the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
So then they'll stay the same.
They'll stay the same.
They'll stay the same, but
the Pacers
will be locked into. Yeah, the Pacers will be locked into nothing higher than 4.
Got it. That's
let's see.
That's my upset pick too, Jay. I'm looking at Detroit basketball and Karl Anthony Towns, like I said, been playing really, really good. But they just
it's 107-106 in the middle of the 4th with the Bucks and Pistons. They
play. They know what it means. They know what it means.
I gotta see the box score. Who putting up points?
So let me ask you this, Chris.
Talk to me.
No, never mind. I'm sorry.
K got 34, shooting 14 of 18.
What K got?
God damn.
What K got? Say that.
K got 34. I should have took his PRA.
Yeah, me too. I thought about it. That's why I'm asking.
K got 34 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 of 4 from the 3, 14 of 18 field goal.
Yo, let's talk about Cade Cunningham for a minute. But we have this year. I don't care. Like Zachary Reese hopefully does. That first round pick, you nailed it. Nailed it.
And shout out to them for bringing in a coach that can establish a culture.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, JB Biggerstaff is a player's coach, man. Like he's bringing out something different in that team.
If only there was like a place where you could go for like basketball previews, and then there was a panel, and on that panel there was a guy that said Detroit would make the playoffs, man, far and away. Like if only that place existed, and that guy existed. Man,
who said that? It's a show I heard about. So it's one show I
heard. There was a guy,
and it was a guy on that show, that I heard say that not too long ago, right before the season started, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, some call it a lucky guess, man, and others call it being locked in.
I gotta say, man, Detroit has definitely
they won you over.
And even the Detroit fan on the panel was like, I don't know about that one.
He was like, whoa, relax.
I was a little shaky because you know what I'm saying? Of course, I've seen the progression, but like I couldn't, we talked about it in the beginning, I couldn't have predicted. My best guess was, and I think I said my best guess was maybe a play-in team.
Yeah.
But to be locked in, don't even have to worry about the play-in. To be locked in,
you in the playoffs,
the top 6. We haven't. What was I want to say 2016 or 2018 was the last time
the last time y'all locked in top 6?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just watching the game, that team is a team that is invested in. There's new culture in Detroit all the way around. You see it with the Lions. You've seen it with the Tigers. The Tigers had less than a 1% chance to make the playoffs last year at the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
Went on to win 31-13. They went 31-13 in the second half of that season. Made the playoffs and moved past wild card.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like the
y'all
culture
feeling like y'all can win
in Detroit. Now you see the Pistons. The Pistons, bad boy. I seen the comment. Bad boy Pistons. Because Isaiah Stewart, man. I don't want no smoke with bro.
Something's wrong, clearly.
But we need that.
You need a bug like that on your team, though. You gotta have one of them.
Like the last big man we seen with that kind of grit in Detroit, and it wasn't Andre Drummond, man. The last one we seen with that was Big Ben.
Dan Wallace. Yeah.
Andre Drummond, man, great center for us, great player, did a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But like
it wasn't that
Isaiah Stewart is showing going at guys, jumping in fights, ain't got nothing to do with him because
he definitely didn't have anything to do with that Dante DiVincenzo stuff, but he wanted all the smoke.
So like I shout out to Jay. Jay called it. I ain't want to rock with him back then, but Detroit then showed up and showed out, man. And honestly,
it was me.
Yeah, it was definitely you. It was
even now, us getting out the first round is a higher possibility than I could have thought. It
is. Y'all already won the season because nobody had these expectations on y'all for real.
I wouldn't say nobody.
Well 99% of people didn't have those expectations.
Most people did. Most people did. Good call, Jay. Like you killed that one. You killed.
So
now, do y'all want a bold NFL pick right now?
Go for it.
Uh-oh. I don't know if I want to hit it.
Chiefs back to the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
All right.
Here we go, man. See?
Hey, Zoe.
Huh?
It's 2 words.
Book it.
Jay is in rare form tonight.
He in rare form tonight. He cooking. He had to cook his first night back.
Man, listen, guys. So the biggest thing that this thing has taken from me is energy, bro. Like even sitting in this chair and being here right now, like my energy's low. You know what I mean? However, the damn Chiefs, bro, of course. Like I could have told you that in my sleep. I could have told you that if I died.
It didn't matter how much energy I don't have. I have energy to tell you that.
I got enough for that always in the tank. In the tank, man. But I would be remiss, man, to tell y'all guys, man. I wanted to come back, like, and I want to do whole shows, and I'll do as much as I can, man. When there's no push, there's no rush. It's just I love doing this with you guys, man, and I love
love having
everybody
you
in the comment section. But with that being said, man, Lakers in 5.
Y'all see any more upsets potential upsets that y'all want to call out or possibly look at?
No, I think
Golden State over Thunder.
No, I just can't. I can't.
That's gonna hurt my heart, bro.
Listen. The absolute worst part about being a visionary is you look crazy until it happens.
That's the rule. You look crazy till it happens.
But guys, y'all have been around long enough to know if I am one thing, I am a visionary.
I am a visionary.
All right, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I was about to tell you I was revolutionary too.
None of these East play-ins, I don't think. I mean, sorry, Zoe.
Pack them up. It doesn't matter.
I'm ready for next season.
It don't matter what order of this comes out of the play-in.
They're done. The playing teams they're not going to make it.
Cleveland. I mean,
it's not going to happen.
Boston, of course, is getting it right at the right time, and then Cleveland is just they're completely locked in.
They're
They're geared up and they're ready to go. So,
look, man, I'm a realist. I love my teams, but I'm a realist, man. I'm excited for next year.
If any of the if the 1-8 and the 2-7 is anything but a sweep, I'll be pleasantly surprised.
Me too. I think we can get 2 games if we make it, but we got to make it first. So,
well, you know the thing about the NBA, they trying to eliminate as many sweeps as possible because every game is revenue.
Yep, ain't no money in sweeps. So,
hey, you know,
but I mean, there's some sweeps you can't avoid, and I mean, like
some of them.
No, that's fact.
If the Cavs versus a no Jimmy Heat, or the Bulls,
they get them out of there.
I'm not even wasting the lumens in my TV to turn that on.
Hey, Chris, guess what? The Pistons just got into another shoving match with whoever they playing tonight.
Yes, sir. And I'm willing to bet money. I can tell you in the middle of that motherfucker too.
Yeah, if he wasn't in it, he got in it. I guarantee. If he wasn't,
that man was in the back in the bathroom.
Oh no! Y'all trying to squabble without me?
Hey, and you know what's crazy? Hey, that squabble, Detroit finna win the game.
Yeah, because you playing into they style. They want you to get mad.
I love it so much. I love to watch it, bro. I love to watch it.
That's good stuff.
Oh man, I mean, the playoffs look like they're gonna be something interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested to see it. I mean, basically, if you're a fan of the NBA, playoff basketball starts now on both the East and the West because everybody got something to play for tonight. Everybody who's playing got something.
It's Durant.
Oh, it's Jalen Durant.
Oh, it's Durant this time. Big dog.
He another one that
he'll bug up.
He'll crash out.
Yeah, he'll crash out.
Yeah, a cut from that Charles Oakley cloth.
Yeah, they cut from that. You got a couple of dudes on that team that just I hope they don't mess with the script too much, man. I want to see because this lead up to it with all these teams fighting for position in the seedings. I want it to be real basketball. I know it's hard to ask these days. I just want to see competitive teams. I want to see them play each other. I want to see the refs not try to dominate the game to push it one side or the other. I just want to see good basketball, and hopefully we get that.
But let me tell you what makes some money. Go ahead.
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
The Pistons is doing all this, and they don't even got Jaden Ivey.
Is he going to be back for the playoffs? Or no? He's done for you. What did he hurt? I can't even.
Broken fibula.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Next year, got it.
But they doing this without Jaden Ivey. You bring him back in, and because he had some games this season. His last game was New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
And but you bring him back with JB Bickerstaff and this culture that they're growing in Detroit. I always get them messed up. I think we got Asar Thompson.
Yeah, y'all got Asar. Which man, those dudes are metahumans. Let me tell you something,
man. Listen,
them Thompson twins, they were built in a lab, bro.
And they process stuff different.
I'm telling you, they compute. They robots. They were made to play the game of basketball. I don't know who their father is or whatever they train. Like they were made to play, and it shows up. Even when their jump shot isn't working, their impact on the game is obvious every single time.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you what makes money for the NBA.
What's that?
Circles. It's good.
Hold on, work with us. How do we hold on? Wait. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
So
we work together on man down.
Golden State versus LA in the Western Conference Finals, and Boston and Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then Boston versus LA in the finals. That's big. That's big dollars. That's NBA big money.
You know what? I believe, Jay, that makes sense. I remember when Georgia won their first national championship in 2021. Jay, we lost to Alabama in SEC championship, and we came on the pod, and Jay said, Everybody was saying, Georgia can't beat Bama. He's like, no. that's the game they're going to want to see. So Georgia's going to make it, and then they're going to play Bama again, and Georgia's going to win this time. And it played out just like that because that's where the story was. That's what the story was.
That's what being a lifelong wrestling fan helps me, because you got to follow the story.
Got to follow the story.
Sports are influenced by stories heavily.
So Tim Jones, man, and I like this comment, and I'm about to dig into why I believe that comment is true. Jay, yes, Lakers versus Celtics, outstanding story. A year too late. They needed to have it last year.
And I'll tell you why. You tell me why, then I'll tell you why.
Because if you have both of them play each other for the new record amount of championships, it's just like, oh, now we got Lakers got 17, Celtics got 17. Who's gonna get 18? And you got to go through each other to get it. I mean, that just writes itself. But now you got, if you do an LA and a Cleveland, you got LeBron on the team he's on now, trying to add to his legacy and the prominence of the Lakers, and he has to go through the team that started his legacy.
Well, so there's a story there for LA. There's not really a story there for Cleveland.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. And Cleveland do it without LeBron. That's the story.
Now watch this. Okay.
And can they do it without LeBron by going up against LeBron?
Okay. Clap for him. That's cute.
It's LeBron.
Every season, the story is, can the defending champions repeat? So there's a built-in story for Boston right there. Well, what happened right now during Boston? They sold their ownership. So now the top is different. So this is not even the same Boston organization. Organizationally, this is different. So can they still win? Is a winning culture going to transplant? Well, in order to get to it, they have to get through a LeBron James and what could perhaps be his final season, his final games. And he's playing at such a high level. We've never seen this at 40. And oh, wait a minute, there's a new young dog in town, a 26-year-old Luka Doncic. These stories are writing themselves, bro.
But the whole thing is, though, Jay, is that you can say that same thing with Cleveland. LeBron James goes home to win his final championship.
Nope. No, because here's the thing, Corey. Because here's the thing: if LeBron wins 2 in LA and only has 1 in Cleveland, then the push is for him to go back to Cleveland to go join this Cleveland team and put them over the hump next year.
I think this is the swan song.
But that's the push. That's the push, though. You get what I'm saying? You already built the story for next year.
I think
will he possibly go home to tie and have 2 championships everywhere he's played? 2 in LA, 2 in Cleveland, 2 in Miami. Come on, guys. All you got to do is be a writer.
Yeah, here comes Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, to break up all of this.
Yeah. Oh my God, Roman Reigns has a chair.
Roman Reigns, he has a chair. Oh God, Jim Ross.
As God is my witness, he's broken in half.
A man coming from the back with a chair throws all this off. Even in the NBA, you know what I mean?
As far as storylines go, I think there's heavy storylines on either side of that, like Lakers.
But you gotta ask yourself, what does most people want to see? So listen, every LeBron hater wants to see LeBron lose in the finals again.
I almost outed myself. Well, fuck it. As a LeBron hater, it does me pure joy seeing him lose before he gets to the finals.
Yep.
Fair.
I get more enjoyment seeing him bounced out because now I can actually enjoy basketball.
Yeah,
I don't have to hear LeBron narratives. I don't have to hear everything tailored about, well, if they meet LeBron or who's going to go meet LeBron, who's this, that, and LeBron. When LeBron got eliminated, these last couple of years he got eliminated.
Pure joy.
Unspeakable. Pure joy.
Don't care.
Unspeakable.
I want you to go to the finals.
I don't want him to go to finals. Matter of fact,
and listen, of course you don't want him to go to the finals, but if you get there, you damn sure don't want him to win.
Oh, for sure.
That's
absolutely.
True. Yeah,
absolutely. But for me,
I mean, he done made it 2 rounds and then pissed you off.
For me, as of right now, because they're locked into at least some form of postseason basketball. For me, if they drop these last 2 games and fall to a playing team and then lose again, I'll be happy. Playoff basketball would be good for me.
Like, you know what? This is a great playoff.
Because when was it last year or year before last? They got eliminated early, like first round.
Meanwhile, where's Durant?
Huh? What'd you say?
Meanwhile, he said, meanwhile, where is Kevin? Kevin at home too. Where Kevin gonna be at next year?
Yeah, he's not suiting up in the Phoenix jersey.
He ain't gonna be in Arizona.
Nope.
But Martin,
I just didn't want to go to Arizona.
I mean, and they gave that man every tool in possible, and he couldn't do nothing with it.
I can't sit here and say they gave him every tool.
What they did was let y'all get off so we could get to this Hunter and Sanders, so I can let Corey cook. Go ahead.
I think what happened was they saw these names and thought that those were tools, but just because you know what kind of player Kevin Durant is going to get you a bucket anywhere, everywhere, every time. But not everybody can be around a player who can do that. And I think you adding Bradley Beal,
that was
that contract means that you handcuffed yourself to go get role players and players that accentuated that system. You didn't give yourself a chance. You just left all your bread in the Beal, Durant, Booker basket when anybody could tell you that wasn't going to work. Bill and Booker played the same position. You needed a point guard, and they play similar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think you can say you gave him every tool. I don't know where he would go next. And crazy as it seems, man,
what you about to say?
It's 1 or 2 spots that I would want to see him go. Number 2 would be Minnesota.
With his young protege.
I think Ant wants that too. I think how they play together, how they play with the Olympics, I think that would just, you know what I'm saying? And it would, if you could make the money work and, you know what I'm saying, not lose too much to get him, because I don't know if this is last year of his contract or if they had to trade him or if they can get him in free agency, but however they can make it work, you can get KD over there. I think that team just becomes, what do you do? The number one spot, and I'm a homer, man, because
I figured that was you.
I'm an Oklahoma City Thunder fan as well. So I'm a Pistons fan. I'm a Pistons fan by heart. But when I first started watching basketball, it was the year Seattle moved to Oklahoma City, and that was the team I fell in love with. I want him to go back to OKC.
Finish it there.
That is only right.
You know what? With that young nucleus, KD ain't hurting for money. KD got his hands in everything too. Film production, weed strands, everything. So he's not hurting for money. He may take the discount and go finish it up there. He might get a ring there. They might write that story.
Yeah. So
he'll bring Russell Westbrook and James Harden back too.
Yeah, bring them all back. They all finished right there.
Hey, listen, be like, hey, we're gonna pay that luxury tax. Just go ahead and get us this ring. You bring James Harden and Russell Westbrook back. On paper, that team loses like 3 games.
Yeah, it looks pretty crazy.
On paper, that team loses 3 games. But
shit, Russ gonna cause you lose 3 himself.
Yo, you know what? Do all that Mike Malone stuff. I just know that I was watching that game where Russ single-handedly snatched defeat out of the jaws of victory. Yeah, they had the game won. I love Russ, bro. I love Russ. I do. I love because his competitive fire is part of why I love the game of basketball than any other sport because he got that. But my God, that was horrible.
So all he had to do is take it easy.
That's it. He just had to chill, but he don't know how to do that.
He can't throw the bag, brother.
He don't know how to do that.
Listen. Chill. All you gotta do is chill. That nigga said, man, I don't got no chill.
I'm going to the cup. That's what I'm going.
And his layup package is so strong, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
everything is so aggressive. Everything is aggression with him, Chris.
I would never use his layup package on 2K unless I got a big guard, bro. I'm never using that layup package.
That's
man.
funny. That's funny. All right.
All right, let's get to the last one.
Let's get to this last one. And look at this. It's 9:24. Okay, on the East Coast.
Kicks of the day.
Bread.
FY.
Flu.
FY.
Yeah. Are you sick? Are you sick? You have the flu?
Yeah, well, I have been sick.
You have been.
So there's nothing better than the flu games for a guy like me.
Come on, man. Come on. JF swag anything. He'll swag it out anyway.
Even disease can't stop me.
Mm-hmm. You can't stop me.
Well, I think I'm coming down with a little something too, Jay. I think I had a coughing fit over there in the living room, man. I can't tell you what it is, but I'm coming under the weather with something, brother.
Hay fever. Hay fever. Gotta be hay fever. Or maybe he can't eat sushi.
Some kind of fever or some kind of flu. Stomach flu.
All right, Corey. What's going on with Travis Hunter? Of course, we know we saw the pro day. We're hearing the discussion around Shedeur, and we're hearing the discussion, of course, around Travis. Man, a lot of media had a lot of things to say about Shedeur's play. In addition to his bravado or the way that he carries himself, arrogance, I believe. How do you guys feel about what's being said about those two? And is it fair? Not sure.
Well, two things about Shedeur. One, he interviewed.
Your boots on the ground.
He interviewed bad, right? But the reason he interviewed bad, he was just being himself. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to understand what kind of kids you're dealing with. You're dealing with a kid that was coached by his father all the way through middle school, high school, college.
Right? Was it Prime U?
Prime Prep.
Prime Prep. That's what it was.
Prime Prep. And this is a kid that has never hurt for money. He's a spoiled kid. You understand what I'm saying? He's had everything his whole life. So when he interviews, it's not like he's going into a interview with a team like,
I gotta make it because my family needs me.
Right. Yeah. I don't. This is just what I like to do. I don't need this. You know what I'm saying? This is what I like to do. I like to play football. And then you had a comment that came from, I can't remember who the player was. It was like, if you pat the ball like that, we're gonna jump over.
Some scrub.
Right. But I'm like, all you have to do is look at film. What quarterback don't pat the ball before he throws?
That was ridiculous.
Oh, look. Like every quarterback hits the ball before he throws. And it's happening like a millisecond before he lets go of the ball.
Did you
like
see
what the hell you gonna jump on?
What big play say? Did y'all see what
Darius Slayton? You saw what Darius Slayton said in response? I was like, and I wanted to ask you about that as a quarterback, Corey. Like little nuances like that, right? What Darius Slayton said, how much of what he said is true? Like you got these 6'8", 6'7" linemen.
It's hard to anticipate.
And if he can't see when the quarterback throws the ball, how is his DB supposed to see that? So, how much of that do you feel like is true?
So I never understood that till I actually played wide receiver. And when I went to school, I played wide receiver. Like you just see the offensive line and you run your route and you turn your head around and the ball comes out from behind that line and you got to track it. You don't ever really see the quarterback unless he has some kind of just a big clean pocket. And that may happen once or twice a game, maybe. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Just listen, and if you back there looking for the quarterback, you done lost man and six to the board.
You done lost coverage.
You gonna bite on a pump fake and dive head first, and that boy gonna be running a 9 down the field
with his hand up, saying, "Hey, see me."
But the thing about it is that you have two quarterbacks that are clearly better than everybody. You have a third one that's pretty good. Jackson Dart is not bad at all. He's a good quarterback.
He's getting a lot of buzz here lately too.
He is getting a lot of buzz because he had a good pro day. But Shedeur threw extremely well in his pro day. And then the thing about Travis Hunter is Travis Hunter wasn't doing nothing but running shadow routes. I mean, that's how people. Justin Jefferson is an excellent route runner doing the same thing. Travis Hunter goes out there and like, what is he doing? You know what I'm saying? It's the same exact shit. That's just how people run routes now. And then he went out there with no gloves on. You know what I'm saying? Just show you like, hey, I got pure hands. I just hit the ball. I got natural good hands. And the dilemma with Travis Hunter is never going to be like, oh, he runs bad routes, right? So Bishop said he's an average quarterback. What receivers make him better than he was other than
I'm about to say, name me the other receivers on that team.
Name the
besides
other
Drake
receiver
London.
that makes him better.
I mean, I know them, but
I know who they are, but
I
you
know who they are.
You
but,
type them in the chat and you name them.
But none of those guys are getting, besides, of course, Travis, getting first round talk. Every quarterback has a guy like that at their pro day. Like I remember Baker Mayfield. I mean, not Baker Mayfield, but Johnny Manziel and Mike Evans. That was one of the pro days that made pro days what they are today. You're gonna have one of your best weapons. I don't think that made him, because he was a quarterback all through high school, throwing the ball all over the field without Travis Hunter.
The dude's quarterback coach in the summer is Tom Brady. Like, come on, man. Like, let's be for real about this.
He understands the timing, and you know what? The thing that I like about him is I think that he's not a quarterback that's gonna get off schedule too much. He knows where his dude's supposed to be, and he puts the ball where it needs to be. And you can't question toughness. That nigga got sacked more than doggone potatoes. I'm telling you. Like it was ridiculous.
That man has never seen a good O-line.
Never seen a good O-line.
That's why I think he fits so much in Cleveland. They have a decent O-line. They got decent receivers. They got a good tight end. They got good running backs, right? Like, the only thing that they're literally missing is a quarterback. Deshaun Watson like Instagram girls. You know what I'm saying? Jameis Winston is gone. You feel me?
Like Wacko Flacco.
Famous Jameis, yeah.
Wacko Flacco.
Elite. You gotta elite Joe Flacco. Say that right.
Elite.
Right. But
elite Joe Flacco.
Shador fits that system extremely well, right? But I think he would learn more with the Giants, because he would have to sit behind Russ, at least for a little while. And Russ is a professional. Russ come in, handle his business, you know what I'm saying, and roll out. Now he gonna have to deal with Jameis, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, you got to deal with Jameis. But I think he would learn more in New York. I do. But I think New York is kind of holding out for Arch Manning. I just think that they're going to try to hold down the fort until Arch shows up. But
all right now.
Y'all, is there any chance that y'all think Pittsburgh tries to trade up to get him?
Not the way they've been laying in bed and giving chocolate to Aaron Rodgers.
But Aaron Rodgers ain't bit the bait yet. So I mean,
He flirted. Corey, I'm gonna tell you, he actually did.
Talk to me.
The workout with DK Metcalf.
I got you, but I don't want no 56-year-old quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Well, Aaron Rodgers was 41, but he looked 56. I don't want him.
Some people age like bananas.
Listen, we as football people, we know the difference. But a lot of people, and you saw it with New York, that experiment, a lot of people just associate the name with what was.
Right.
And think that they can get back to that.
It's not that guy no more. He's
but
not.
We talked about this earlier. We talk about a dude that'll mess up a locker room and run off a coach.
Man, with the quickness. And I think what's taking so long to get a deal done is because there's a disconnect, not between Aaron Rodgers and Pittsburgh. I think there's a disconnect between the front office and Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has a reputation.
And I'm trying
who do you think is pro Aaron? Who do you think is anti Aaron? Mike Tomlin or front office?
Mike Tomlin is and I would be the first one to come on here and apologize if I'm wrong, but I think Mike Tomlin is the anti Aaron.
Consummate professional, don't want no cancers in the locker room.
Don't want none of that.
Reputation.
You don't want to hear about ayahuasca in your off season. Like you don't want to hear about that.
Nah, bro.
I don't want to hear, it's the receivers, or you know what I'm saying, it's blah 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 when the game ain't going how you want it to go.
Yeah.
Right.
My quarterbacks take responsibility. They're accountable. And they say, I'm gonna do what I can to get better. And if I just had Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, who came in on both prove it deals, and they were both locker room guys. The locker room loved both of them. I'm not about to sacrifice that dealing with you.
Yeah, that's
knowing that you're a cancer to the locker room in the second half of your career. Absolutely not.
Agreed. I mean, he was a cancer during the first half of his career.
Yeah, he was really, winning really in the first half of his career.
Right. He was really good though. So you can't really say, all right, man, you an asshole, but you know what I'm saying, you hooping. So go ahead.
But I think that, like with Travis Hunter, man, that dude could go anywhere from 1 to 5. He could. It depends on what you want. Like Tennessee is definitely in a quarterback situation where they need a quarterback.
Yeah, they almost have to take one.
I just think it's like a foregone conclusion that they're gonna take Cam Ward. Like, and Cam Ward is a really good quarterback. I mean, he's a very good quarterback. He's been a good quarterback. Just people didn't know who he was. He was at Washington State. He was on fire. But anywhere after that, like I can see Shador going, right? And I've heard these rumors, especially in Dallas, that Jerry Jones is infatuated with Travis Hunter, and they would trade up, to pick him. What the hell you gonna trade? What you gonna trade?
I got these 2 quarters. We got nothing.
You can give up the future, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? 26, 27 first round picks. You know what I'm saying? If anybody, but a lot of teams want right now. Like, I mean, what they gonna give up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Travis Hunter, he's beneficial to any team because, like, if I'm playing Travis Hunter, right, I'm probably starting him at corner and he'll be my third down wide receiver. I get him the ball 2 to 3 times a game and he plays corner for me, and I'm good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a game where my 1 and 2 receiver might be hurt and I got another corner that'll back him up, I could put that one and I can move him to wide receiver. He can do it all.
He really can. I was skeptical. I was looking and I was saying, okay, no way this is sustainable for him.
Shit,
I don't know though. That dude built different, bro.
The only thing about him playing both ways in the NFL, I think, is just the physicality. Because you got guards coming around the corner running 4.9s, and you the corner, and they coming right at your head. You don't want to deal with that too much.
You don't want to keep hitting. Yeah, you don't want that to keep having to happen.
Right. Real quick. I want to hit Mikey Brass with this one real quick. So because the Bucks just beat the Pistons tonight, the 5th and the 6th is locked.
Okay.
So they probably won't even play the starters in the last game.
Right.
Bucks is locked into the 5th seed. Pistons is locked into the 6th seed. They don't need to play the starters in the last game of the season. So
Giannis and Beasley was about to throw hands at the end of the I can't wait. Yo, I'm not doing the post game tonight. I'm watching basketball. You know what? What I will say, I gotta go watch ball. That's insane. This is good stuff. But
so hold on. Look what anything is everything said right now.
Travis Hunter wasn't even the best player at either one of what?
Okay. So let me tag in for this one, right? So you can go ahead and say that he wasn't the best wide receiver or he wasn't the best cornerback. But the fact that he was good at both at the same time.
He's good at both, man. He's great at both.
He's
top 5 at both.
Like, he can be top 5 in both positions. He might not be number 1 in one and might not be number 1 in the other. But the fact that he's top 5 in both,
man, I don't care if he was top 5.
Time, that's what makes him good. That's what makes him great.
Listen, dude, if you are the best at 2 positions on any football team, on your team, you're good. All right, you good. Like he was clearly the best receiver on that Colorado team, right?
And it's not like it was no group of 5.
It's like they were playing.
He's the number 1 receiver in covering your best wide receiver.
Simple as that.
Like, how is he like? Come on, man! Like, let's not be dumb. You know what I'm saying? That's a horrendous take.
That's crazy. I can't decide that.
Like, this dude literally made college football a Pop Warner team. Like, he did everything.
You never hear of stuff like this, not consistently, because it's too much. It's too man. Y'all
most said Travis is a unicorn.
That is. It's too much. There is that dude is different, man.
I mean, because Deion played both sides, but he was clearly a better corner than he was.
He wasn't a receiver at all. Like, Travis looked like a receiver, and he looks like a cornerback when he played. Simple as that. Like,
and then the fact that he has a knowledge of a route tree just makes him that more dangerous of a cornerback, because now I know where you're gonna step at. Where's your break? How you gonna cut? I'm running your route for you. That's nasty work.
Territorial McMillan is number 1.
T-Mac.
You
talking to anything is everything, right?
Yeah. Well, he said, yeah. What's a corner? I don't even know a good corner that he played. I can't remember. but
I don't know.
I mean, if you could say Colorado State because of how he played in the very
I'm talking about
drive.
a top corner that he played up against, right?
Yeah, they played him well though. Colorado State played him
well. BYU had a really good defense. He torched the shit out of their ass. Did they win the game? No, but he torched the hell out of them.
I think Utah did as well.
Yeah, Utah had a good defense. Torched the shit out of them too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? TCU's cornerback is picked to go in the first first 3 rounds. He torched the shit out of him. Like, come on, man. Like,
it didn't matter who he went up against. He played well for most of the time. Didn't matter who he go up against, and that's
it doesn't matter. And you know where the ball is going, and you still can't
do nothing about it. Still can't do nothing about it.
Okay. So you give me a top 5 corner in this draft, and anything is everything. You name him. Don't Google it. Type it in the chat right now. Type it right now.
I have a sneaking suspicion that's not going to happen.
Type it right now. Like, you can't sit here and ask me questions, and you can't do the shit either.
They said they didn't play.
I gave you a receiver. You give me a corner.
He said T-Mac.
We know what the Big 12 is. We know what the Big 12 is. Cool, right?
I know. He already Googling it.
Cade Soprano said Google already up.
Michigan corner. What's his name?
Wait, hold on.
I give you a name. You give me a name.
Wait.
You ain't doing nothing but Googling.
Did he play?
Wait, hold on. When would he have played Michigan's corner?
He's not gonna play Michigan's corner.
I think he's talking about Saren. No, not Saren Still, because Saren Still is
still already in the league.
Yeah, Saren Still in the league. What's his name? Will Johnson. Can't be talking about Will Johnson because Will Johnson is him. There's not enough buzz about him either. That's crazy. Will Johnson is him.
He's nice.
He's top 10 for sure. The top 5 is pretty jacked up because all the QBs that he's
crazy as shit if you think that if Colorado played Michigan, Travis Hunter not getting 15 targets and catching 9 of them. You're crazy as shit.
It doesn't matter who they played. He's that type of player.
And I'm gonna keep it a buck. As the resident Michigan fan,
he's better than Travis. Yeah, he's
regardless
the
of the year
draft.
Yeah,
but the thing about it is that Travis Hunter is probably the 3rd best receiver in the draft and the 2nd best corner in the draft.
Yes,
and he gives you top 5 at 2 positions. Will Johnson's not playing wide receiver.
These ignorant ass arguments, man.
I don't understand how people don't know that how difficult that is. Like, it's unbelievably difficult. It's unbelievable that he's doing it, and it's unbelievable that he's still trying to do it in the NFL. To me, like,
he's not just doing it once; he's doing it every game,
at every level.
And I could definitely argue that he's the best corner and he's the best receiver in the draft. I could definitely argue that because the Territory McMillan is widely regarded as the best receiver in the draft. First of all, he ran a 4.56. That's the first thing, right? The second thing is
low.
His route tree is nowhere near what Travis Hunter's is. He's gonna give you a couple of routes. He's pretty agile. He breaks a lot of tackles, but he breaks a lot of tackles because of his size, right?
He's a strong built dude.
Yes, he will just go in and tear your motherfucking ass up and then go play corner after that. So this argument is just stupid. Like, I'm not even like entertaining that dumb shit.
So obviously the league, the pads is different, the hits is different. So obviously Travis Hunter will not be doing as many total snaps on both sides of the ball as he did in college. But the thing that I think intrigues teams in the league is the fact that you have a bailout on either side of the ball. If you get him primarily to be a receiver, you have a bailout for him to go guard a wide receiver on defense for a couple of plays to let your cornerback one have a rest. You know that you got a de facto another cornerback one that can, you know what I'm saying, can step in for a couple of plays, right? Or if you draft him to be solely a cornerback.
I think we're doing a pretty good job of proving what we said, and you're doing a horrendous job of defending what you said. That's what I think.
I just don't understand why you keep talking about who he went up against like he has control of Colorado's schedule. He went to a team where he was coached by the best cornerback to ever play the game, and that's why he went there, and he followed him wherever he went. He played who he played. But everywhere he played, he showed his John Brown hind part.
Now, here's why I don't like this discussion, right? Because let's flip the token, right? let's say with the schedule that he's had at Colorado, that he has a terrible game. Then the conversation is going to be, oh, well, he played a whole bunch of nobodies. He should have been cooking. He should have been doing this. He should have been doing that. So we're moving to go. It's not fair. You got to play one side or the other, right? He can't control the schedule. He went to Colorado. He played for Colorado in a depleted Big 12, right?
At 6'2", 185 pounds.
It's not too small.
No, he's not too small.
Especially, I would have thought that you would have said he might have been too slim to play
receiver. I would say that.
I would have said that before I said corner. That's what listen. If I'm
if we talking about too small to play receiver, let's just go look at what they got in Philadelphia and Devontae Smith.
Exactly.
And the fact that he plays in the slot sometimes at that size is crazy.
Because that's exactly where I line him up on the NFL team. Is I play his ass in the slot.
He's unbeatable in the slot. You're not going to put no linebacker on him.
And he is clearly smaller than Travis Hunter.
You're crazy.
He's clearly smaller than Travis Hunter. So you can't say that he's the smallest receiver.
Definitely not.
Not to mention how many receivers you really see out here 6'4" and above, honestly.
It's those metahumans like Julio and doggone DK Metcalf. Those are different built receivers that like you don't see them that often because it's a rarity that you get a guy that big.
I'm pretty sure that I watched him play Central Florida and take RJ Harvey on in the hole and make him fumble, and Colorado won the game.
Not scared.
I'm pretty sure that I saw that. I'm pretty sure. So did you watch any games? Because I'm pretty sure that I saw that happen. I'm pretty sure. Matter of fact, you can Google that too. And you still haven't given me the corner's name. Chris gave you the name, but you didn't.
He said, I'm talking about cornerbacks and tight ends that block corners.
Okay. I just mentioned that 2 minutes ago, that he's going to have to deal with guards and shit coming around the end because they're going to run to his side. I'm pretty sure that I just mentioned
that. He definitely meant that. He said that.
You need attention to what I'm saying.
We actually said that is what we had a fear for him because he's gonna have to run up against them dogs and pull him guard. That's exactly what you said, right?
Pretty sure.
Hey, real quick. Mel just sent me said, shout out to Lamar Cox, man. He just sent I think he just sent bless the man down panel Cash App. Mel just sent me the thing and said make sure we give him a shout out. I don't know if he's still in the chat. Let us know if you're still in the chat, Lamar. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, the narrative against Travis Hunter it has no founded base. I think
I don't like it.
In the beginning, you could have been like, can he sustain this, that, the third, or whatever. And maybe had he chose a path of a soul path early, and be like, you know what, in his sophomore junior year, you know what, I'm gonna just be a DB. Then we can have it. Oh well, yeah, he's not the best DB in this draft, or he wasn't the best DB in the country, or he wasn't the best receiver, Then we can have that conversation. But we know that he's not the one cornerback in the country. That would be Will Johnson. We know he probably wasn't the one receiver in college. That's probably the dude that Corey's talking about. But the fact that you are in the conversation of top 5 on both sides, that's what makes you valuable to these NFL teams.
That's unheard of.
You're different because now how does a team game plan? You're an X factor on both sides. How does a team game plan for that?
They don't.
I gotta have my OC and my DC game plan for the same guy.
It's insane.
That's a wrench in a game plan for sure. And even if he plays 75% wide receiver and 25% DB, that's still enough of a wrench to jack somebody's game plan up.
In a pass happy NFL, I'm really not that concerned with teams running the ball to his side.
Nah.
Not.
But I would like to say this. Anything is everything. Welcome to dinner. We having some chopped carrots and a little bunny on the side.
Listen, and I'm gonna go out on them and I'm gonna say this, man. Shout out to Jay, man. I'm gonna throw a bucket out there. Travis Hunter will have at least 900 receiving yards and at least 4 picks.
Year one?
Year one.
Listen, bro, if he does, man,
that's rookie of the decade.
That's man. We have never seen anything like that.
He will have at least 900 receiving yards and at least 4 picks.
I mean, I mean, but that's
Man,
crazy.
they jump in the pot these days, man. I guess it.
He said he got money on that.
Money on.
Yeah.
No, I don't. If I could find the futures for that, I go play it.
They got everything on Robinhood now. They probably got Travis yards.
If I can find the futures for that, I definitely would probably go
Hey,
play.
but anything is everything. Hey, man, we'll be here all season. Make sure you hit that.
All you gotta do is just like and subscribe and just
subscribe. We'll be here all season to either say I told you so, and we'll be here if you get a chance to say it. But man, you can't hate it. I just don't know.
I would have said 604 picks. I give him that. 904 picks. That's out of control.
Depends on where he go and who his quarterback is. I think that got a lot to play with it. But yeah, man, y'all got anything else before we get out of here at 9:50? I don't even know what this feel like.
Wait, Taco said, "Oh, wait, hold on." I've already.
Okay. So you already know.
Yeah, we appreciate, and you know, we love these engaging conversations for sure.
Absolutely, we love
Taco said, "Don't forget to account for tariffs."
Jeez. I'm not getting into politics on here.
No,
I'm not gonna do it.
Man, you know what?
Oh, is that Roland Curtis?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I done messed up.
I got you. Yeah,
appreciate it. What's up,
shout out to Roland, man. One of the OGs, man.
One of the OGs in the building. Y'all put some respect on Roland name.
For shit show. Man, damn. I mean, we covered everything we wanted to cover. But yeah. We already said that we probably weren't going to hit those anyway, but we hit the main joints, man. It was a good show. Good show for sure.
I can't wait to watch it back. We had some real deep conversations. If you missed it, it's about to be playback. Oh, real quick. Right there, Man Down Clips. We got a clip channel. It's
go check that out, man. Check that out.
It's the same content but shorter. I mean, all y'all be at work. All y'all be at work trying to look at it. You can't watch the whole 2-hour, 3-hour show because sometimes we be going crazy. But clips, we got shorts on there. You can just still digest the content. But make sure y'all go over there, hit a like, comment, subscribe, go look at some of the stuff we already got on there. It's featuring all of us from Full Panel Friday, Jay, Chris, Dom, Britne, of course, Mel, and of course, my man C3 in the building. E2, we got some old clips on there. E, man, we can't wait to E back on a regular basis, man. Shout
out to E for, you know what I'm saying, being an adult and being a good citizen of the earth and shit, man.
You gotta do stuff.
Good things out here, man. God damn, shout out to him for being an upstanding citizen of America.
Shout out to E, man. But yeah, man, until next
post game tonight. No post game tonight.
Everybody's schedule is crazy.
We got some things to do.
We got some things to do. But I will say this: I'm probably gonna with this playoff push that's leading up, I'll probably try to do some extra stuff on the Patreon or do some extra stuff for members, like we did last year in the playoffs. We ran it up last year on the playoff. I don't know if we can do that again.
Listen.
I don't think we can do that again.
Right. And you know what's fucked up? That shit was my idea.
It was, and you know what? It was a good idea. But you know what? I don't ever want to hear nobody say streaming ain't a full-time job. Because we did it for like a week.
We did because we started in the conference finals.
And did
every game. They staggered them. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
It was rough.
I think in a 2-week span, in 14 days, we did 10 shows.
Man, it was all live, and some of them after the game was over, the late game. So it was insane.
You talk about pain. That was
one thing tomorrow. I've been out for a minute for Cowboys, but I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all tune in because I'm gonna tell you how Dak Prescott might be in trouble.
You think
Joe
Bazooka Joe? Oh, Bazooka Joe? Boom! Bazooka Joe. Hey man, that
was crazy. I'm gonna tune in because I want to hear how you process and break down that whole.
And it might be for the best. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
And then number 2 is I want to do a draft show, but I want to do it with everybody.
You got to get Brit on the
live draft show, like during the draft.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I would have to I mean,
we'll figure it out. You talk about it in the group chat.
That first round of the draft is like 2 hours, right? Because they only got like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
but I want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out, man. We in the content space now, y'all. We have expectations for ourselves. We know the fans got expectations for us too. We trying to deliver and we trying to build. You know, we trying to build some things. K Soprano, I'm a Falcons fan. I hope y'all don't get him. I hope y'all don't get him.
But hold on. But Sanders and MPJ twice a year.
I saw.
You know what? I kind of hope y'all get him.
That's box office.
That's TV.
I saw in a mock draft where somebody had him falling all the way down to Pittsburgh.
That's not.
I don't see him falling that far.
That not happen.
I don't see him falling that far. But I don't know where the Saints are at as far as draft order right now. If they're top 10, maybe low teens, they could probably trade up. I don't see Shedeur falling past 7, honestly. I can see.
I don't think he'll ever make it past the Raiders.
The Raiders are what right now? 3rd?
No, I think they're like 7th.
Well, I don't know, man, because they just paid Geno, man. So what do you get Shedeur to sit him for 2 years?
I mean, you sit him for a year. I mean, Kirk Cousins just got paid too. Look where he's at.
Where he go again?
He in Atlanta on the bench.
No, he went to Indy. No, did he? No, he's just in the bench.
We in talks with some teams. We in serious talks with some teams because he's a $25 million backup.
Yeah, which
is insane to me. Like
with no playoff success.
With no playoff success, really, like even this year, like he literally took the playoffs from the Falcons because he wanted to.
You know what? Hey, Kurt fucked the program up because now Sam Darnold got $100 million for 3 years in Seattle.
He did. He set the market high, and I don't know what Sam Darnold is going to be. I mean, he you know what I'm saying?
He has no receivers. He has Jackson Smith and Jigba and 2 running backs
and some running backs.
Listen, he gonna be the 180 guy. He gonna turn and hand that ball off because he not throwing it to nobody. He throwing it to us 3 in the stands.
Yep. See, and that's ridiculous.
Saints pick at 9.
Oh, no, they might do it.
They might trade up. They might trade up.
They might. They got if you in the top 10 and you got a future
because Carr might not even be available for the season, dealing with I think it was a shoulder injury.
I think I just saw that was today.
That was today. That was today. He might not be available, so they're going to need a quarterback. And you're not going to stick with Carr forever either.
So if you look at the teams in the top 10, right? Tennessee, Cleveland, the Giants, those 3 need quarterbacks.
They should go quarterback.
And I still believe Tennessee trades back and they ride the Will Levis train one more time.
It's possible, right? So you've got
that nigga put man.
You got the Patriots who got Drake May. You've got
surprised they're running with that.
You got Jacksonville who they're gonna ride with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Then after that you get to the Raiders.
Raiders at what 6?
6, and then you got the Jets. Then you got Carolina. They had success with
who just went to the Jets? Justin Fields.
Justin Fields is a Jet.
I don't think he. Do they play him as the starter?
That like he's gonna. I don't think we will ever see a time there's not a competition around Justin Fields at quarterback. Yes, I think we reached that category. We reached that territory with him.
He's gonna try to earn that spot.
Oh yeah, I think he's gonna get it. Whoever it is.
Who's back? Who's backup?
I don't have.
Mike White.
Mike White's still down there?
He might be. I don't know. I don't know who the backup is. But then after that, you got the Saints and the Bears. Bears not gonna pick.
Bears not picking no quarterback.
Bears the O line like a mother.
Really could get Shedeur. Shedeur playing against Atlanta,
and with Carr being hurt now, that changes the dynamic of how you go on the draft day.
It does. Hey, you know who else went into the offseason with a hurt quarterback and still drafted one? The Falcons.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be a bad situation for Shedeur to go to
at all.
Chris Olave, who's the
Rashid
Shaheed,
who was before he got hurt, he was cooking last year.
I mean, 9-route God.
Just throw
it up. He down there somewhere.
Go.
I mean, if you had Shaheed on one of your tickets last year, he was hitting 9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm. He went crazy.
You got 2 explosive receivers. Alvin Kamara is still Alvin Kamara.
It's still, I mean, you've got two teams. Well, you've got in the top 10 teams, you've got 5, maybe 6 teams that need a quarterback. I just don't think
who's on the board. Shador, Jackson, Cam.
And after that, it's just
it's a shelf, and then it falls off a little bit, and then you got the rest of the guys.
So now it's all about who we think fits better in what system
and where. And like, based on their skills.
Cam, I don't think can fit in all the systems of the teams that need a quarterback in that top 10.
No, because in
Cam damn sure not gonna work in New York.
No, in Tennessee. I see him working in Tennessee because they kind of went to a read option type of offense with Tony Pollard, the running back, when they got rid of Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was like it was like a single back, just run the ball down
180,
right? You became a 180 god for sure, right? But I feel like in Tennessee that he could be a little bit more dynamic.
I think so. They'll give him a chance to be.
I think Shador fits well in Cleveland because they're a run first offense, and he's just playing off play action. And I feel like he would get more protection than he's probably ever had in his life. You understand what I'm saying?
For once,
that's facts. That man probably won't know what the team pocket look like.
I think Jackson would be cool in either Vegas or New York.
For sure. Because he's got a big arm, and he's accurate too. He's not a bad quarterback at all. But then after that, who's on the board? You've got probably Jalen Milroe and Quinn Ewers, or probably
Jalen Milroe. I'm getting
Will Howard from
Will Howard getting some buzz too. Shador had his back in the media because everybody was trying to trash him, so I can appreciate it. Will Howard, Carson Beck ended up staying in Miami. So he would have been in that category as well, in that second group. So I mean, it's interesting. Those top 3 are the guys though. Like those are the guys that okay, I'm willing to try to start a franchise, build a franchise around this guy being my quarterback.
But everybody after that, those first 3, like they have major flaws.
You see it.
Major flaws. Like Jalen Milroe almost ruined himself with that combine.
Oh man, yeah, he did. So I'll put it like this, man. Everybody behind the top 3 will not see the field their first year.
No,
fair.
No.
Those are guys that you're grooming them behind your vet quarterback, teaching them the way. You don't expect them to be your day one starter and go out there and win you games the first game of the season.
Exactly.
That's that group. But Cam, Jackson, and Shador.
We'll tell you this though, Chris. Jalen Milroe running a 4.3 is something else.
God, because that dude built like a shit brick house.
Well, and I'll tell you this, that is outstanding. But the only way he sees the field his rookie year is in Taysom Hill packages.
Like little packages? Yeah.
Taysom Hill packages.
He may make a career off that like Taysom Hill. He might.
But he also likes to put the ball on the carpet. Let's not forget about that either.
It's very true. Quinn Ewers throws marshmallows. Just watch him play.
What the game against what was it? The SEC championship?
Yes.
SEC championship.
God, what are you doing?
Pillow.
It was like the ball was in there forever.
I don't even like talking about guys like that. I'm a Georgia fan, so of course I saw him. But like it makes me upset because I don't know what I thought Quinn Ewers was going to be. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand. I mean, he had the hype coming out of high school. If anybody can remember, he had the hype coming out of high school. I know you remember. It's your state. So
yes.
It was, and he went to Ohio State first, right?
He did.
He went to Ohio State first. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. You know what happens in these days.
I really feel like though, if he would stay 1 more year, because he was sitting behind CJ Stroud. And
that's unfair.
You're not getting
But
that's
think
unfair.
about
you think you would have beat out Will Howard?
Yeah,
maybe. They're in the same class, so it might have been a coin flip.
But Ohio State likes mobile quarterbacks.
Will Howard ain't mobile.
Neither is Quinn Ewers though.
He's more mobile than him. Only thing is Quinn Ewers get hurt every time he get tackled.
Man,
so you got to take that mobility out. You got to take that mobility out. You're as mobile. You're as mobile as you are times you are on the field. You know what I'm saying?
If I say on the sideline,
if I need you to extend the play because the pocket collapsed, and then I don't see you for another 10 plays because you got knocked out the game, I'm gonna tell you to throw the ball away. You're not running, bro.
Hey, man, get rid of it. Just get rid of
it. Yeah, just throw the ball away. Live to see another play. You know what I'm saying?
I think, like, just the buzz and everything. Just watching, because
he was also blessed to go behind a very outstanding Texas team.
Right, that was a fantastic team. But if you just watch any videos right now of Arch down there in spring practice, because they're not having a spring game. They decided they weren't going to have a spring game, which was kind of weird, but that's their thing. Arch is a motherfucker, boy.
I can't wait.
Arch
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. I don't want him to kill us, of course, but Arch different. He looked even the minimal snaps that he got, he looked different. So
he's different. He gives you a totally different dynamic.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I definitely do want to do that draft show. Because the way we're talking about this now, I think because everything's done now. It's just now it's the draft, right?
Yeah, it's time.
All the days, the pro days, and everything is done. It's just
everything's done.
And the draft is, let's see, next week is the 18th.
We got a week,
2 weeks, 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, because it's the 27th, right, or the 24th. It's one of it starts on Thursday. The draft starts on a Thursday, so and it's somewhere in the 20s.
Casey, that's so true.
Yep, 24th. So 2 weeks.
Cooper.
2 weeks. The draft starts April 24th.
Okay.
In 2 weeks. So man, that's gonna be. I mean, because it's
fun, man.
There's no set, and even because normally to the point right now, 2 weeks out from the draft, there's a consensus number one. There's a consensus number two. Your top three, there is a consensus of who's going 1, 2, 3. We don't even know if anybody's staying where they at, trading back, trading up.
Oh,
so this draft is going to be interesting.
I'm definitely down. We'll coordinate in the group chat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my oddball in the draft is Ashton Genty,
and we forgot about him.
I don't know where he's going to go.
Because everybody needs a good running back. And I don't care what. If you unless your team name is Philadelphia, Detroit, San Francisco,
it's a few.
You need a good running back.
It's a few.
Yeah, and I think like Dallas is in a predicament, right? If you have because it seems like that they're really, really sold on Matthew Golden from Texas.
That boy showed out at that combine too.
He's nasty, right? He's nasty, but if Ted McMillan, Ashton Genty, and Matthew Golden are there, what do you do? Because you need both. I'll give you my opinion on it tomorrow, but you
tune in. Just in case y'all didn't tune in right there. Right
Cowboy
there.
Spit podcast. Put it in your Google machine and it'll pop right up. I promise. All right, man. It's 10 o'clock. We stayed talking about football, but this is how passionate we get about sports for real, man. We got to get on up out of here.
We do this for y'all.
We do this for y'all. We appreciate the support. We appreciate all the super chats tonight, the subscribers, the Cash App that we got. Man, it's all love. Until next Friday, but Mel gonna be on here sometime throughout the week. See y'all later, man. Peace.